it's, that's him 100%. I mean, without me hearing his voice, I'm like, it's unconfirmed. But if you got friends that knew him and grew up with him saying it's confirmed, then I gotta say, hey, yeah, this is probably Brian Koberger. But I did send it into the FBI. I did clip that. I also went through 80,000 phone calls, found the number, sent it into the FBI as well, and they have that, and hopefully they get down to that information.
Good. Do you know that they are in receipt of it? Did they come back to you at all?
I know they have it. I've never got an email back yet.
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the channel. Good gracious. You already know what time it is. We are live here to talk about Sebastian Rogers and the future of what I want to do with the channel. There's a lot going on. I know I was on. You probably were like, where's T-REV today? There's a lot going on personally that I've been setting up and embracing for. So getting everything ready for that part, because my children are coming here pretty soon. So I've been bracing up for that and getting everything ready for them to come here. But when I do want to jump into the topic of obviously Sebastian and talk about the things you guys been seeing, the cease and desist and all that BS. And when it comes to that, we're going to get into that little conversation where I tell you my thoughts on it. And also we've been covering Maya Tucker, she's been missing. An 8-month-old baby. Both parents are locked up. They're both sitting in a jail right now, from what I know. And we covered that yesterday. I do see that there's really no updates on her. But if you do live in Kentucky, Ohio County, keep your eye out for an 8-month-old baby, as she is missing. And we're covering that. Also, we have coming up the Madeline Soto body cam, which I'm going to go over, and several other things on the channel that we are covering. But as far as, being asked legally to stop covering Sebastian, I mean, isn't our mission to be a voice for the voiceless? Isn't our mission to keep their face out there? And obviously the person who sent me that is told the public. Obviously you made it a public thing. You guys came out, went on, news. You went on the news. You've been on several different channels, and now coming out and asking all of the creators to stop covering and stop trying to find Sebastian I find that to be a little bit weird. I get some of it, but I don't get a lot of it, because you're trying to silence people from keeping his face out there and stopping them from saying things, when it really shouldn't matter what people are saying. Honestly, his face is out there. It's put out there every single day. So trying to silence that with some faulty, weak ass cease and desist order, that's not going to stop shit. So if you want to go legally, we can do it. I'm ready to go anytime if you want to go legally, because I'm going to continue to cover it. I'm going to continue to talk about it. We're going to continue to do that around here. It'd be the opposite. I'd basically be like, damn, just leave this unaccounted voice over here and don't worry about this unaccounted voice. And it shouldn't matter no more. And the heart and soul that I have put into this case, there's no way I'm going to stop covering it. So if you want to do it the legal way, you want to go to court, send it. Let's run it up. I'm ready. Let's run that up, because I'm not going to stop. I won't stop. Eileen, what's going on? Welcome to the stream. It's nice to see you. Smarty Hardy in the building. How you doing? And again, it's this little baby right here, this 8-month-old baby, she is missing right now. The police have went over here. They conducted a search warrant at the house, I guess from a family welfare checkup. And when they had went, They didn't find no one. They didn't find this baby. Plus, they were at a hotel. So when they had ran and arrested the parents and then said grandfather, they cannot find this 8-month-old. And we know 8-month-olds don't grow legs and walk either and disappear. So if you do live in Kentucky or around Ohio County, keep your eye out for an 8-month-old baby because she is missing. I did want to put that out there. I definitely wanted to put that out there. What's going on, Diane? Welcome to the stream. Heidi, nice to see you. And I will be opening the lines too, because I think that this is BS. So going around, I don't know who all got cease and desist letters and people are like, oh, well, I didn't even sign for them. Here it is right here. I didn't even sign for them. I mean, I got it, but I didn't sign for them. I don't even care what it says. It's not worth the friggin' paper it sits on, to be honest with you. It's not worth the paper it sits on. There's two right there. It isn't. It's not even worth the paper it sits on. I don't even know if I'm gonna sign for it because it doesn't matter. I don't care. I'm gonna rip this shit up anyways and throw it in the trash. Now you said, hold up. MNT Treasure says, I say yes. Move on to other families with love coverage for their missing child. They actually want found. I get that. And we're covering other cases. We covered one yesterday. Go check it out. We covered it for about 4 hours. Again, Maya Tucker. We covered her. She went missing. Or she's been missing for a month, and that's alarming as it gets. She's been missing for a month. The last time one person outside of those 3 people seen this little baby was like May 6th or May 8th or something like that. Other than that, she hasn't been seen since then. So it's pretty weird. Noah says, hey, T-REV, none of us should be silenced when it comes to a missing child. Noah's mommy, Angela. What's going on, Angela? Nice to see you. Marla says, please hit the like button. Appreciate you, Marla. Hey, T-REV, hope you're having a good day. I'm having a great day. Just been getting things set up. So Jackie says, I just hope people will stop giving Seth money. Get a job, Seth. I mean, that's the thing that's another thing that bothers me is that I know that we put out there and push this GoFundMe and push the Cash App and that speaks, the proof's in the pudding. Run it back. Run back all the streams and look at the chats. Run back all of them. I can almost guarantee you we were posting that shit every single stream. Not only every single stream, but the mods that were in here. Shout out to all the mods who pushed it constantly over and over and over and over again. Because that's what was asked of. And that's what we did. And I can show that was asked of. I'm not just saying that. I can actually show that. You said another shit show, Barb. Yeah, I see you, Barb. I mean, it is. It's disgusting. Seems Sebastian has parents who are not really interested in finding him as much as the BS going on. Like I said, I got one. And I mean, it's not going to stop me from doing anything. What do we do? This isn't, I mean, regardless, I cover cases on here and you can go look back at them. Yeah, when I cover cases and when my heart's in a case, I will continually cover it. That's just how I am. That's how I've always been. And again, when it comes down to, I mean, it started at what? Idaho for Kylie Rodney. I've put many hours into that, over 200 hours on the air for that. Probably the same with this one. I haven't counted the hours up, so I don't know. Calvacante, 15 hours a day. Damn near 10 to 12. Up to 15, 24 hours on the last day. You got several different cases that have covered that we know when we're in it. Kansas City 3. That's another one. There's just so many cases. When my heart is in it, it is in it. And my heart was in this one. That's why I have pulled money out my own pocket and put it in and given it to Seth. He was like, why are you giving me money? What do you mean? Why am I giving you money, man? What do you mean? Why? Because we're trying to help. That's why. He asked me that one time, like, why'd you give me this? What do you mean? Why did I give you this? Literally, because we're helping. That's what we're doing. We're pushing. We're helping. That's what we do. You know, you got your things. You're asking to push the Cash App. You're asking to push the GoFundMe. That's what we do. Just like spreading the word about Sebastian. You say, if people see Sebastian, call his name out. You've said that on this channel. How many times? If they see Sebastian, call his name out. Tell him his dad's looking for him. I mean, those are things that you've said here publicly right here on this channel. And I probably could clip it 6-7 times that you said that. So to try to take that back and switch it around and be like, oh no, cease and desist, stop talking about Sebastian and stop pushing his face out, or stop covering it in general. Not going to happen. Not going to happen. I mean, we'll cover it. We're going to cover other things, obviously, and other cases, etc. But we will continue to cover Sebastian's case also in the mix of all of it. He said, I was just asking for updates for the baby. Ashley, for what? Oh, are you talking about Maya? It's super sad. I'm on, and if you guys are on Facebook, make sure you join that page for Maya Tucker. There is a Facebook page for her, and again, the search is ongoing right now for her. It's pretty insane. Jill says it's not Sebastian's fault. He deserves to be found. Exactly, and that's what we're trying to say, Jill. And you're absolutely right about that. It is not Sebastian's fault. None of it is. I mean, he doesn't deserve to not be looked for. Is that what's going to happen? A lot of these people stop looking, and then guess what? It turns into what? Summer Wells. I mean, we are at 100+ days already, and there's barely any updates on nothing. It's the same story. He disappeared from the house. Again, you have the parents going on to these different YouTube channels and talking. As far as you got CP, KP, and then you got Seth, who's been all over also on all these different YouTube channels, to the point where, you know, things have gotten crazy. He said, so happy for your kiddos. I appreciate you. Shit, I'm happy that I finally got everything that we needed to get taken care of, which is great. It's great. He said, order is worthless. It is. It definitely is. Never stop looking for him. But I'm going to open up the lines. I definitely want to hear from you guys. What is the community feedback? I mean, let's hear from you. Let's hear from you. Again, I'm trying to check on these updates too for Maya, because that's a pretty crazy one. Find the baby. Let's see. Does anyone know how long it normally takes? No. Notice that the mom yeah, I did notice that. I did notice that too. You said amen. You are a voice for the voiceless. Let me click this real quick. Stacy, nice to see you, Stacy. Star, nice to see you. 219-885-9693. I definitely want to hear from you guys when it comes to this, but when it comes to Sebastian, we're not going to stop covering Sebastian. This kid literally vanished from a house and is not seen on camera anywhere, and they want us to stop looking. Are people getting too close? What is going on? 336, you're in the mix. How you doing tonight?
I'm doing good. This is Robin Dudley.
Yes,
from
ma'am.
North Carolina. I called in the other night. I think Nina's involved.
You said you think who's involved?
Nina.
Huh. Why do you think that?
Well, first of all, who got in touch with who? Did Nina get in touch with Seth, or did Seth get in touch with Nina?
That I don't know.
The reason I think Nina's involved is because she didn't want. If Sebastian's missing, and he's been missing for this long, and if he's still with us, somebody would have seen him, or he would miss his mom and dad.
Right.
I think he's with Nina.
So you think
he's down there with his? He's down there with his half sister. And when Nina was telling all that stuff that Chris had done to her, I understand trauma and stuff.
Right.
But she was crying like it just happened last week. I mean, and she was just crying like it was, and I think she was so afraid, and she felt guilty for doing this with Sebastian, and she felt guilty for doing it with Seth. But also, Seth was at a vigil, and I can't remember which one. I want to say it's the one that they crossed that bridge, but I'm not for sure. Might have been before that one. Somebody said something to him about Sebastian. He says, I know where Sebastian is. I just don't have the money to get to him.
Why people keep emailing me that today? That's funny that you mentioned that part, because that keeps being emailed today. That's the number one thing I'm seeing.
Yeah, he had said that at one of the vigils. And it was first, it might have not have been the one, I don't know which first vigil they had or get together they had, but Seth said that. I know where Sebastian's at. And he also said,
I just need the money to get him.
Yeah, I don't have the money to get there.
I keep seeing that today.
And then he made another statement one time that somebody asked him, where do you think Sebastian? I think he's playing games. You know, he's playing computer games or whatever. I mean, if you honestly thought something bad wrong with your child, why would you think he's out playing computer games?
That's a great question. That's a great question. I have no idea. When it comes to what you're talking about, as far as needing, I don't remember what vigil or interview or anything that's from, but I have seen emails.
It might have not been a vigil. It might have just been a get together, but it was later on of the evening. I can remember it, but I don't know who was, who put it out, who put the video out. I do not remember, but he did say that. And he did say that he thought Sebastian was playing games. And I don't, and Nina, I understand emotion, what Chris done to her was hard, but she was crying like it was going on now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can talk about past stuff and it bring up tears or bring up emotion, but not like emotion like you're going through it now. Right. And in her interview, she was like going through it now.
Yeah, I mean, as far as like, I have no idea. I haven't met Nina. The only time we've ever seen Nina is on that interview. And as far as that, I can't really say what you're saying based off that. You know what I mean? But
yeah, I mean, because she's not come back on, which I know she's still going through this with Chris, I guess, because nobody knows what went on through the last court case. But it just don't. I don't know. And I seen somebody in your chat a while ago post that it was heard that Seth was in Texas. Well, ain't that close to where Nina lives?
Who was in Texas?
Seth.
Or lived there at one point? I have no idea.
No, was down there now. Or
yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, I just seen that in chat. Somebody had put it in chat that Seth was in Texas.
Yeah, that I don't know about.
I mean, I don't know if he is or not, but I'm just saying, it's just nobody
I don't
else
care where Seth. I don't care where KP is. I don't care where CP is. Where's Sebastian?
But I don't either. But it would make sense if he's down there seeing Sebastian.
No. I mean, again, where's Sebastian? You said it would make sense if he's down there seeing Sebastian. You think Sebastian's in Texas?
Well, I think Nina's close to Texas.
I thought it was from what I heard and seen in emails. People were saying Robin was in Texas or something.
No, I don't know. I don't know. I just know Nina is in Mexico or New Mexico, and I mean, he's not going to say I'm going to New Mexico because everybody say, "Oh, Nina's down there."
Right. Well,
I don't
appreciate you calling in. Thank you for bringing up the concern again. I don't know nothing about that as far as Nina. I don't know, but thank you for being a voice. We appreciate you. Lock your doors.
Just watch her video.
I don't know about Nina being involved in that. I personally don't see that, but could it be a thing? Maybe. Who knows? But what shows me? Where's the proof for that? There's no proof that shows me that that she does. I need to see a picture with Sebastian or something for me to believe it. But I can get the speculation on it. But we need to see a receipt, in my opinion. Hey, what's going on? You're live. How you doing tonight?
Hey there, I'm all right. How are you?
This must be Jen. What's going on?
It is. Well, I'll tell you what's going on. That letter means absolutely nothing. For the simple fact is, you can only do a cease and desist order on somebody who is either harassing you.
Well, this is the thing. We got one, and tomorrow night I do got to let everybody know who is in here. We will. Michaela is coming on tomorrow to let her know. You guys know everything that she did in this case, because it seemed that things got twisted off about her too. She was actually there about Sebastian. Was out there, boots on ground, searching for Sebastian. Even more so, there's things she will be on with me. She was going to come on tonight, but tomorrow we're going to be coming on at 6 p.m. and she will be putting her part out about you know, Sebastian and letting these things be known about Sebastian that she had uncovered. And we're going to leave it at that, you know, from there. So tomorrow at 6 p.m., be ready for that. It was going to
Yeah,
be tonight, but tomorrow at 6 p.m. I'm letting everyone know now. We will be on tomorrow at 6 p.m. Me and Michaela.
but this letter is null and void. It means nothing to anybody that got it. You know, you guys have not done anything illegal or harassing or any such things like that. And that's what this letter, you know, is supposed to be for.
Right.
So the woman that drew this up, this alleged lawyer that drew this up, she could get in big trouble for even making this up for that.
Again, this is one of them. This is one of them. Again, this was sent to her email. I never got one by email, but right here, you see it. That's one.
Yeah.
And that's two right there. I just didn't sign it, didn't grab it. It's still at the post office. Never grabbed it.
Yeah, I don't care if it came by carrier pigeon. It's still illegal.
But it does say her office name on there, though. That's what I'm trying to show you guys. Let's see. That it says her office name right there, Tara Carter, the law office, Tara Carter, law office, Tara Carter. That's it. It does say from there, so it does say it's from her.
Yeah, but see, what do you have to say? You know, yeah, I understand that, but what do you have to cease and desist from? You're not doing anything illegal.
Right.
You're not harassing anybody.
Yeah.
You know, you're not doing all this other stuff that warrants a cease and desist letter.
Well, I mean,
so that's what makes it null and void.
No, I get that.
This means nothing.
I get that. Right. I get that. So
and that's why this lawyer can get in big trouble for writing such a letter like this. You know, I mean, it's she could get a strike against her for this.
Yeah.
Just let you know that. So whoever got one, just tear it up and make confetti out of it and throw it up in the air and say, well, that's that.
Well, because
it's meaningless.
I get that. Like, I get that part. It's definitely meaningless.
People are still going to search for Sebastian. You know, I've been watching Terry Lynn. Unfortunately, she was handing out flyers today, but we watch her searches, and whoever else wants to search for him, nobody can stop them. Not even this piece of paper. So I just don't understand why all of a sudden this would come out. And him not want his own son to be found. Well,
who knows? I have no idea what is behind that. Again, we're talking if we're going based off the letters that were sent out. Please be advised, I represent Mr. Seth Rogers. Please let this letter serve as a formal notice to cease and desist any and all activity of dissemination or of information pertaining to Sebastian Rogers or Seth Rogers, specifically any and all information surrounding the disappearance and efforts to locate Sebastian Rogers. My client has been informed you are engaging in such behavior without his express or written or oral consent. If you have obtained any documents, recordings, or other information pertaining to the disappearance of or efforts to locate Sebastian Rogers, you have obtained said information without the consent of Seth Rogers. Please note that all activities regarding the dissemination or dissemination of said information will be reported to the proper authorities if required by law. Continued activities, as previously stated, will result in Mr. Rogers exploring any and all legal remedies to which he is entitled. So there's that.
Well, how's he going to do? Well, yeah, how's Mr. Rogers going to, explore any legal remedies without any money? I mean, it costs to pay to, pay the lawyer.
He'd be bankrupt by the first lawsuit.
Huh?
So he'd be bankrupt by the first lawsuit.
There won't be no lawsuit. You guys aren't doing anything illegal.
I know there won't, because it would be a shit. It would be a joke. It would be a joke. No.
That's why I saw this. I'm like, what?
It would be a joke. But what the focus really should be back on, which it should never even have came to a bunch of drama. It should be on Sebastian, period.
Yeah, I
The
can't
fact
figure
that
out like
the fact that people are trying to control that, are people getting close to that? Like, I don't get it, because you know what? This is the vibe that I am getting, and was like people telling people how to run their platforms and shit. You don't tell me how to run my platform. I'm gonna run my platform the way I run my platform. There's nothing that you can do
you
about
bet.
it. And if you want to try to do something about it, we could take it to that level. I mean, and I'm not
Yep.
meaning
Yep.
anything. I'm not meaning anything physical. I'm talking, if you want to take it to the level of court, then let's do that. Because
Yep.
we're here. I
That's,
mean, there's so
this
many.
is what you're for.
No. This is exactly what I've been doing for a while. So you could try that. One. Two, you've came on here and publicly said multiple times, and you've already, when you walk into the public and make it a public thing, that's you didn't open yourself up for public opinion, so you cannot stop that. I mean, you could try to, and people talk about, oh well, defamating statements, or you making this, that. What defamation statements? Because I got a receipt for everything that I've said. So what? I save my messages. Do people not realize that my messages and text messages with people, that I talk with people, I save those. I never delete them. So let's get it. If you want to do it that way and look stupid in front of the court of law, we can do that. I save every single message I have with anybody, especially when it comes to things like this. So if somebody wants to try to take me into the court of law and look stupid in front of a judge, we can do that.
Oh no, the judge will laugh in her
both
face.
Numbers. I say I don't ever do. I mean, from both numbers, I say both of the messages on everything, so we could do that. Like I said, those are there.
The judge will just laugh in her face, asking her, what in God's name is she trying to pull?
It's stupid, is what it is.
Yeah, it is. It's gone beyond stupid.
I don't know what
I think it's being stuck on stupid now.
Right.
So,
well, Jen,
all right.
What it is. I appreciate you. Thank you for calling in. Lock your doors.
All right.
Stay vigilant, and just stay spreading the word, because I feel like Sebastian is the one that's suffering from all of this, and it's absolutely insane. We need to get it back locked in on him, because it's not. It's about to be pushed off. Others are about to stop talking about him. I've had people hit me up like, man, I'm done with this case. I'm not covering it no more. And I'm like, no. Don't let that get that all, don't let that
down.
focus from there. Now Sebastian has to suffer because of other things that aren't even to do with him. It's not Sebastian's fault.
Yeah,
it's not his fault. So again, it's super weird. Thank you, though. I appreciate you, Jen. Lock your doors, stay vigilant, and thank you for being a voice as always. Jen. Yeah, absolutely. Always has been. I mean, 740, you're on the show. How you doing tonight?
Hi, T-REV. This is Lulu from Ohio.
Lulu, how are you doing tonight? Talk to me.
I'm doing really good. Thank you for taking my call.
You are welcome.
I think everybody needs to start from square one.
Mm-hmm.
And first off, I want to applaud you and you, Dolly, JLR, all these very few people that are in the right and not causing all the drama.
Mm-hmm.
But I think we all need to start from square one and try to figure out, like what happened, and focus on Sebastian first off. But y'all are doing the right thing by throwing his name out there.
Mm-hmm.
All these other folks are focusing on the drama, and including people of his own family. But I feel like everybody's kind of lost focus.
Right.
And I feel like all these callers are not calling in and throwing their theories out, trying to figure out what's happened to this poor boy. Who cares about the drama? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. All right. Let me back.
I want to know, like, what happened when he got home. Did they really get him on the video when he took the trash out?
Mm-hmm.
What about the lights that they saw? Do you think maybe that Seth called him and said, hey, buddy, let's get you out of this house. I'm sick of you being tired of being miserable there. I'm going to have a buddy pick you up.
Mm-hmm.
And when I text you or when you see the lights out on the road, open the window,
mm-hmm.
get out there.
Right.
and I'll pick you up. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Maybe the window was the thud noise.
That's a good question. Was he, my thing is was he abducted by somebody for real? Because
I mean, I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but I don't feel like that's too far out of the realm.
well, then, and I know that I thought the room was right there by the front door also.
Regardless, I know Katie was supposedly on the phone for 3 hours.
Mhm.
That's not a good thing, but if she heard a thud, the only thud could have been a really bad thing, or him supposedly jumping out the window and shutting it back, maybe.
Mm.
I mean, let's be real. What do you think?
Personally, with this, I have no idea, and it's getting lost more and more the more all this
We
drama
speculate.
with the case. But no, not with the speculation, because it's speculation is fine, but more importantly, who has him, or where was he put?
Right.
Is he,
There's only two things we got to think about. Is he really not with us, or does somebody have him?
That's what I'm saying, because sometimes there is cases where there's been people who disappear for years and they come back out alive. Is that the case here with Sebastian, that he was taken
So
because of somebody
desperate
wanted
to
him
get
out of this place because of the way he was being
Yeah.
treated, allegedly? Maybe he was removed by someone. That's why I said, that's why I've always asked, was the person who reported DCS that he was being abused or whatever they reported, were they calling because they were genuinely concerned for him? And when DCS didn't do anything in their eyes, they came and they said, screw this. If they're not going to do it, I'm going to do it. That's why I always ask,
Right.
who called DCS? That they should be looked into.
Right. And like that video of him, was it his birthday? And that relative was being nasty to him. That just broke my heart.
Oh yeah, that was I think
I mean, who knows how the poor kid felt? I mean, you know, he has emotions regardless of whatever disease or sickness he has. You know, he's got emotions. That had to make him feel like pure shit. You know, people talking down to him, especially at his birthday.
Yeah, I do. Are
I
you
couldn't
talking
even
about the
handle
video
that.
where he was
Like an
playing?
aunt or somebody.
Yeah, they said it was
Yeah, that
allegedly. I don't know who it was, but a
I
lot of
couldn't
people
even
say it's
handle
Melissa.
that. Ugh.
I
I
have no
think that
idea.
was probably one of the last. That could have been a last straw for him and wanting to get out. You know,
Right.
I feel like Seth could have been like, "This is just alleged, but maybe something could have happened."
It's just some
My
search video.
first theory is, yeah, Katie could have done something allegedly, but
Mhm.
my hope is that maybe those lights they saw out on the road was somebody coming to pick him up.
Right. And
I hope he said.
not only that, I mean, there was a lot of talk about that light moving with subject number 2, and they said it was floodlights, but at the same time, was that really him moving and somebody chasing him?
It could have been, yeah. I just hope and pray he's with us. And I do. I just want to thank you and the others that are doing the true hard work, going out and searching. Screw the drama. Everybody knows who's doing a good job.
Well, nobody. I mean, as far as the drama, like, come on now. It's
Stupid. Yeah.
doesn't it make people have anxiety and shit like that? I don't get how people eat, breathe, and sleep it.
Yeah, I know. I'm sick of it. It's just ridiculous. It just makes you shine brighter than all these other ones that are doing such a great job. So just keep on doing what you're doing.
Yes, ma'am.
I just hope and pray this boy is found safe and alive.
Lured away. A lot of people think he's lured away, and that's the thing.
I do. Like,
look, I mean,
everybody. I feel like everybody says they're an empath.
A lot of people are bashing law enforcement, and I feel like when you go back and really look at that detailed video that Jessica Danielle had put out, the first 11 hours of Sebastian, and the things that they did, the lengths they went to try to find and help this boy. Again, we are going to still cover this case, but it'll probably be a lot more less than what we have been doing, but we're still going to cover it when there's active updates or things come out. There's other families that do need help. People got to understand that. And I know we discuss a lot of the theories and different things out here, but at the same time, that doesn't mean we can't do other things behind the scenes and keep pushing his name out there. That doesn't mean we can't.
That's right. I also feel like law enforcement has something on them, and maybe that's why they are doing this cease and desist. What do you think about that? I feel like I just have this feeling that law enforcement, they
No,
know
I'll tell you what
something,
the
and
cease
that's
and
why
desist
they're
are.
completely quiet.
I'll tell you exactly what the cease and desist are. The cease and
The
desist
money.
are anyone that he has a personal problem with. That's what that is.
Yeah. They
I
shouldn't
mean,
even
just
be thinking
look at
about
the
that
people
right
that
now.
got him. It's people that either have discussed different things, theories, etc., on their channel. Again, when you come here, it's not, you may not hear what you want to hear.
Right.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, look at John Benet Ramsey. Look what that family went through. I mean, they're still going through it, and they're finally getting to some truth. It's been 30 years later.
yeah,
They could have done that, and they never did.
let me get off.
But they're finally getting some truth. God, I hope this family doesn't have to wait that long.
Well,
You know?
I mean, it's not looking too good.
Yeah.
It's not looking too good right now, but I mean, we have faith. We'll see what comes out of it.
Yeah.
Again, there's
I
nothing
hope.
solid on where Sebastian could possibly be at. All we do know, as the people and have known for a while, is that he walked down the driveway, took the trash out. Police say he went back inside to never walk back out again. That's all we do know. So, and with that being said, I know CP has been discussing him walking out the front door and not coming back. We never heard that. How do we know he walked out the front door when when there's no proof of him walking out that front door? Especially they're saying the door was locked, etc. So I don't know. We'll see how it is. Man. I appreciate you calling in. Thank you so much. Lock your doors.
Thank you for taking my call.
Always. God bless. Good phone call. All right, hold on. Let me get this timer right. I'm gonna put 5 minutes on. That's 6 minutes is long, ain't it? Hold up. 5 minutes. There we go. 5 minutes is the new running with. What's going on, Terry? T-REV, you speak for all the lost souls who have no voice. Keep being you. Absolutely. 207 sent from heaven. How you doing tonight?
Hey, T-REV, it's Kimberly. How are you?
Hanging in there, Kimberly. Talking to you now. What's up?
Okay, so I want to go a couple callers.
The floor is yours. 5 minutes. The floor is yours. Let's go.
Okay. I want to go back a couple callers where the lady said that she thought maybe Nina was involved in this. I respectfully disagree with that. And also that, she was too upset when she was telling her story. And you got to figure that was 8 to 10 years ago. But look, my story, T-REV, and that was 40 years ago.
Right.
So you can't, that pain never goes away. It never goes away. It might be better one day, but one day it might not be that great at all.
Right.
And I think the cease and desist, I think that is just merely another tactic that Seth and TTT, it's their way of keeping everybody's eye on them again.
TTT. Tony. Yeah, I mean, maybe. You think it's a play?
I do. I don't think they're going to follow through with anything. I do think that the lawyer who wrote that up, I think that there's a possibility she can get in trouble for that because she's not a libel or defamatory attorney. She's a family law attorney. So I don't know 100%. I can't say 100%, but if you're not following what you went to school for, what's the word? What your area of expertise is, and it's not that. I think she could probably get in trouble for that.
Well,
I don't know. I'm thinking she would probably be smart enough to not do it if she thought she could get in trouble. But I don't think they're going to follow through. I think that's why it came from the attorney. That they're not going to follow through with anything. It's just a scare tactic for people to stop talking about Sebastian, and that should never stop.
Well, I think that was the biggest mistake, just to send a bunch of 50 people. You'll have some that might back out, then you'll have some that don't back down. So, you've already have tons of people speaking out about it. I've had somebody send me something like, sign this. We're gonna take this lawyer down. And I'm like, man, I don't need to go to all that. Like, I don't want to. Keep me clear of all that BS. I'm trying to just move forward with the mission of my channel and what I do. I don't care about the extras. I really don't.
It's just more drama.
Yeah, I don't care about that. There's already
and you're clearing your head of all that drama that's happened in the past year, in the last 6 weeks, 3 months, whatever it was.
Right.
And however, whenever it actually started, the big drama. So you cleared your head of that. So no, don't fall into that trap again.
Nah,
you're better than that.
Nope. Absolutely not.
But I won't leave you hanging. I know others want to call in, and 5 minutes can take a long time sometimes for people to wait.
Well, no, you're good. You take your 5 minutes, or it depends. It's up to you.
Yeah, I just don't have really anything. You have anything to add for me to think about?
No, I mean, it just seems to me that at this point, do you really want him found? That's what I don't understand. Do you really want him found? Because it just doesn't make sense.
It's not looking that way.
Why would you want all these people to stop spreading his idea? That's what I don't get, but it is what it is.
Well, I think maybe possibly it got to the point where the funds being sent to him were diminishing, and with that, he's got to try and find another way. I mean, I don't know if this is the best way either, but maybe now he's just thinking of other ways to make money.
Yeah. Well,
which
that
I don't know about everybody.
I can't speak for that. Yes, he has hit me up and asked me to push that. He has hit me up and asked me to push the Cash App, the GoFundMe, and yes, I can show that. I have all of the conversations I've ever had with him. So, I mean, he knows that, and if he doesn't, then you have me mistaken for somebody else, because I definitely do. So, I mean, anything that we've ever talked about in text messages, it's out there.
Yeah, well, that's his bad.
Anyways, but I appreciate you. Thank you for calling in. Thank you for always being.
Yes, sir. Love you, buddy.
Love you back, my friend. Shout out to her. Good phone call. Got to get this timer right. I just realized sometimes people be on the phone for 10, 15 minutes, and I got to keep it. I see a lot of people who try to get through. You said, I listened to what? I listened to okay. People have told me about this one a lot. You said, I hear someone yelling, let me out. People been talking about that. People have been hitting me up and talking about that a lot. The let me out on the, I ain't even going to say her name. You already know, at 1 hour and 13 minutes, was it? Or 1 hour, 1 minute, and 13 seconds. 518 is too late. Oh, you hung up. That's all you. He said, Seth is a crybaby. Damn, don't get it twisted. Seth's going to need to save all that GoFundMe, because if they are hiding him and he gets found, imagine the bill he's getting from the state making false claims. Woo, I don't know if that's what's happening. Y'all are going to be shocked when they hold that presser of an arrest. I am confident in law enforcement. 281, what's going on? You're live. How you doing? Oh, 281, what's going on? You're live. How you doing?
I'm fine, but very upset.
Yes, ma'am.
I'm here to say that this is so disrespectful to little Sebastian.
Mm-hmm.
What all three of the parents are doing.
Mm-hmm.
It's disgusting. They have made a circus out of a child that's missing, although I do feel like all three of them know where and what has happened. And I live in Texas. I would never live in Tennessee. With the alley there, I wouldn't feel safe. I wouldn't feel safe for my children there.
Right.
I mean, it is beyond belief what I have seen in the last 3 months following little Sebastian, praying for him, hoping that someone will find him alive. If they don't, if that didn't happen, I was just hoping for Seth that he would be found, but Seth doesn't deserve it. All three of them are absolutely out of their minds to do this with a child. They're crazy. They all three know what has happened.
Thank you, Kimberly.
And Ellie is not doing anything about it. And I that's all I have to say. And that's
with when you say law enforcement isn't doing anything, do you think it's more they're just silent and watching and waiting for, because I do speculate in my mind that they have some sense of direction possibly on what they think theory wise, but they have to be able to prove it too.
I did think that until Seth started all of this, I really did think that I feel like I know who did it, and I feel like I know who. I feel like they know exactly where Sebastian is. Seth, I had my doubts. He's always been weird and wanting a show. He's always wanted to be put out there, like he's never had any attention in his life. I mean, it's beyond disgusting, but I did think that with Ellie, but now is the time they need to step in and stop all this crap.
Right.
Give thousands of people some kind of idea where we can put there are thousands of people that are wake up every morning to see where Sebastian is.
That is the truth. Yep.
And Ellie needs, now that it's gone this far with Seth bringing in an attorney with this kind of crap, you guys have a right to do your shows on anybody you want to.
This is exactly, and that's what I'm saying. I mean, that's freedom of speech. First of all, we can express that as long as people aren't making statements, defaming statements that aren't true, that they can't prove. If you can prove it, then that's a whole different thing. So, I mean, again, when we are talking and I come up here, what is for me, I know the mission of my channel. I know what I do it for. Nobody, people can put out whatever they want or thoughts. And that's why I always just stay focused on what I'm doing and not what everybody else is doing. So again, at the same time, we've been doing this for 2 years, actually almost about 2.5 years straight. And I mean, go to News Nation and all these places. You might as well send in some cease and desist orders too when they talk about information. You have multiple different platforms that are talking about it. I know they have problems with certain people. Like I said, it's a personal thing for the creators that got it, in my personal opinion.
Well, I just can't imagine that attorney that practices in Tennessee. I know nothing like that would happen with an attorney in Texas. I mean, we know the law, and it may be hard on criminals, but we're fair. We're very fair. And our attorneys, actually, I believe our attorneys are fairer than what I'm seeing around the rest of the country. I mean, what kind of an attorney wrote those letters for him?
Right.
I mean, this is ludicrous. The whole thing has turned into something so evil, wrong, so hurtful. I don't even know little Sebastian, but this is hurting me. This is hurting thousands of people who care. What is wrong with those three people?
I mean,
what have they done? The question is what have they done?
Yeah. That's a great question. That's a great question.
What have they done? What have they done? I feel like we are going to know. I feel like we're going to hear all of it. And I think we're still, as bad as it is, we're going to be shocked. I feel we've all got a big shock coming from how horrible it really is.
Yeah, I mean, what do you think's coming personally? What's your prediction on that?
Well, I feel like the people that did this are and will be arrested, and they will spend the rest of their life where they belong, in a prison.
Well, we'll see.
That's what I feel is going to happen. I can't, my mind can't even go as far as to think what is so shocking that we're going to hear. I can't even think that horrible.
Yeah, well, we'll see what happens. I do appreciate you calling in and being a voice and just sharing your thoughts as somebody in the community who's been following this case and wakes up every day curious to if he was found or not. And I know a lot of people say, well, what does your show do? What is it? I bet you everybody in here, mostly, and everybody in here, when they go shopping, whether it doesn't matter what state they're in, because they don't know where Sebastian is. Nobody knows where he is, not even the police, as far as we know. So when this is being pushed out and there's new faces that are seeing this case, or people who are just joining that don't know nothing about it, they come in and they see Sebastian's face. Now people are checking for updates like you. They want to know where this boy is I bet you when they go out in public, if they seen him, they would probably take a picture or try to stop him or call the police, etc. So when it comes to that, without people knowing that, nobody would know to pick up the phone, call the police. They wouldn't even know what face they're looking for. So thank you, ma'am. I appreciate you being a voice in this community. Lock your doors.
All right.
Stay vigilant. We appreciate you. Shout out to her. This case is wild. This case is wild. And I mean, these are like the questions that I would have for everybody who calls in. And not only that, like, what do you think happened to Sebastian? Do you believe there are any key pieces of evidence that were overlooked in Sebastian's case, or things that they didn't look into as far as law enforcement? How do you feel about the current investigation efforts for finding Sebastian? What are your thoughts on the potential involvement of the new investigators in the case, if there is new investigators coming in? What are your thoughts on potential involvement of new investigators in the case? Do you think there are any specific areas or leads that should be re-examined? Do you think the media coverage has been adequate in raising awareness about Sebastian's disappearance? There's tons of different things. I have questions about this. Tons and tons. You said when TTT, hold on, let me open it back up. They can't follow up with letters. I mean, absolutely nothing, Preppy says. Get the email, revgangtruecrime@gmail.com. 270, you're on the show. How are you doing tonight?
Hey, what's going on, T?
What's going on, brother? How are you doing tonight?
Hold on, man, but let me, I'm doing great. This is Ricky Beavers. Let me step outside, yeah.
Go ahead, take your time.
All right, brother. Yeah, well, I'm going to get into some talking here, buddy.
Talk to me, my man. How's it going, Ricky?
This case right here, buddy, I'm doing great.
Yes, sir.
I got Jesus. I got it all.
My brother. So talk to us here. What are you thinking?
Yes, sir. I got Jesus, got it all. And I want to say this to you, honestly, okay? I don't think Seth knows where this child is. I think Seth done gone crazy because I can sit and imagine, if it was my kid, how I'd be, And he's confused, don't know which way to turn, don't know which way to go. People telling him this, people telling him that. I'm not a fan of Tony's, I'll just tell you right now. I don't know. Something about him just don't hit me. You understand, with his voice.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I'm sorry for the things that happened to you. That was not right.
Yeah, but
I want to apologize.
no, I put myself there, so you know.
No.
I
Hey,
call it
it
lesson.
still ain't right.
You learn your lessons as you go on, man. You gotta, and people also do have to take responsibility for their own actions, and I do for putting myself in that situation. And I don't want nobody to feel bad for me. I've screwed
No,
that.
but hey, I respect you, buddy. You know what I mean?
I appreciate you, Ricky.
Appreciate everything that you're trying to do for Sebastian. And look, it's all speculation. Is what we all think. So one person knows what happened to well, I'm gonna say two people, not one. Katie knows what's going on.
Right.
Okay. And I don't care what anybody says. Katie knows, and guess what? Who else knows? Chris knows. They're making their. I heard some smart remarks that Chris has made. You know, and you know he's. I mean, yeah. So what? I mean, I gave Seth money. I don't regret anything I gave. I gave it for Sebastian, for him to help find Sebastian. That had nothing to do for Seth.
It's all about the intention.
Kid.
Exactly. That's why we pushed those things here on the channel with no problem whatsoever. I don't regret pushing it. I'd do it again. For anything.
You'll help a man. I don't know you that well, but you're a good guy. I wanted to come down there when they did that last one, and I didn't get to make it, but I did want to come. And I believe that Sebastian's alive. I'm gonna go 50-50 because he's got to have medicine.
Thank you, Kimberly.
You know what I'm saying? He's got to have his medicine. And I told you at the beginning, I came on your show, that I was afraid it's going to turn into a case like Summer Wells, go cold. In this case, it's going cold.
I mean, but now, it takes what, a year of no leads for a case to go cold, depending on what state you're in. When it comes down to that,
but we're talking about Tennessee.
Right. No, I get that. I'm thinking in my head, we need to find out when a case does go cold in Tennessee.
Where they're wanting all the several of the YouTube people quit talking about Sebastian, and I'm gonna be blunt with you. I don't know how they could really make that happen because we do have a freedom of speech.
Correct. Absolutely.
You know, so you can't. They can't. If they do that, it'd be a act of Congress, because I don't think they can do that. And I hear that Tony says any interview Seth does from here on out, he's got to be paid for it.
Yeah, I didn't hear that. Where was that said at? Do you know?
Let's see. God, let me think.
I just never heard. I've never heard it come from them personally.
I heard this from on JLR.
Huh. Interesting. I just never heard it today. I've just never heard them publicly say that, so I don't want to, come out and be like, yeah.
Well, I know you never heard them say that, but and hey, I've listened to some interviews with Tony and Seth. You know, my heart's out too, Seth. See, we got to let's for a minute, everybody, back up. Let's put ourselves in Seth's shoes if it was your kid.
Right.
I mean, clear your mind out, take a deep breath, and just slowly exhale.
Shit, I wouldn't. I mean, I wouldn't give a shit who says what. As long as the face is out there, go. I wouldn't, especially try to cease and desist.
Get his name out there, okay? I'm gonna disagree with Doug, like saying they got him hit out and all that, and I don't believe that.
Right.
But like I said, I do think.
I mean, if they had him hit out, I think that would have been uncovered by now. Come on.
But sure, it would have been.
That's what my thoughts are. But I'm not saying that the people who have those opinions are wrong. I'm just, my thoughts in general. I just feel like the police would have caught on to that, especially with them having the FBI who came in very early on to assist them with things. You got the TBI, the FBI, all these people here. You sure would think one person on each one of the groups, TBI, FBI, Sumner County, would think hey, we need to check into this or see that, and they probably already have done a lot of the things that we think or thought of already.
Now, Sebastian did tell his grandmother Robin some things, and she never did say anything to Seth about it.
Yeah, when it comes to that, what are your thoughts? Because I keep seeing that being brought up. So I see people that have these mixed feelings on the things that were told.
See, I gotta be blunt with you, brother. If I was around you, okay, you told me stuff. You said, "Hey, Ricky, would you do me a favor, and not say anything about it?" If I was really your friend and I loved you, and let me rephrase that. I love you as a friend. Let me rephrase that, okay? But if I don't know you, but we're supposed to love thy neighbor as ourselves, okay? And so, in other words, if I was around, somebody jumped on you, and I was around, they had to jump on me too,
right?
Even if I didn't, you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So let me just say this: if it was in that case, if you told me something, say, "Hey, Ricky, don't say anything about it," I'd have to honor what you asked me not to do.
I get it. Yeah.
But I'd have to figure out a way to do something. If you was my grandson,
right.
I'd have to figure that out. I couldn't let it just lie, knowing that he's mistreated with Katie and Chris. I'm gonna tell you what I come up with. This is my opinion, everybody, and this is only opinion, okay?
Okay, so as you drop it, last thing before we move on to another caller, and I appreciate you calling in. Go ahead, drop it real quick.
Okay, all right. Here's what I want to drop. I think Sebastian was really mistreated over there at Chris and Katie's house. Okay, all right, and I think he didn't get hit with a belt once. You know, Chris said he only did it one time. I don't buy that because I take Chris as a very high-strung person. And you know what I'm saying?
Yes.
And I take it that he mistreated that kid more than what we know, and Katie sat back and let it happen. Because I'll be honest, I'm gonna be straight with my mother. I hate to say this, and this is my mom I'm talking about here too. You know, when my mom got with a man,
right,
she would choose a man over her children.
I wouldn't do that.
And a lot of women do that. See, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's my thing. But hey, T, I want to ask you a question if you can. Okay.
Go ahead.
I have some music up on YouTube, and I wanted to see if you know, and I will give you a super chat if you could play one of my songs sometime.
Oh no!
Like, you do that?
I wouldn't have you pay me to do that.
No, I'd love for you to. I wrote a song about my mama called
I wouldn't.
I
definitely don't need you to pay me to do that. I would, as long as it's appropriate.
Well, I don't got to pay you. Let me just say this: if you do that, let me just we help each other. You understand what I mean?
I hear
you. If I want to give you
email me about that. You don't got to pay me to do none of that, but definitely email me, send me the song or whatever, and we'll talk. I do appreciate you, brother. Thank you for calling in.
What is your email, T? Because
it's in chat.
Send me your email.
It's Rev Gang True
Crime.
Yeah, I know, but
I can't.
It's Rev Gang True Crime at gmail.com. Again, Rev Gang True Crime at gmail.com. Rev Gang.
Spell it for me. Make sure you get it right.
REVGANG at gmail.com. Or I'm sorry.
Rev
Gang True Crime. Like Rev Gang. REVGANG True Crime at gmail.com.
Rev Gang. Say one more time. Make sure I get it right.
True Crime
in my head. Rev
at gmail.com.
True Crime. Okay. All right. I got you, buddy. Sir. I'll do that.
Yes, sir.
But hey, I just want to I do support you. Okay. Keep doing what you're doing, no matter what nobody says. And we got to keep Sebastian's face out there, because we do want him to come home just like we do Summer Wells. But I'm sorry, people, I don't see it happening. Because, be honest, 500 kids missing every month in Tennessee, and none of them's ever been. I mean, I ain't heard about hardly none of them, but these here, you know what I mean?
Right.
It's every month, so there you go. Thank you, buddy, and God bless everybody.
Lock your doors, brother. Thank you. Shout out to Ricky for calling me. I appreciate him. Lee Bird, I actually agree with this statement. Lee Bird was saying that earlier. Caves, mines, areas are not being properly searched with dogs. There was a lot of different areas that needed to be searched. I don't know if they were searched or not. 586, you're in the mix. How you doing tonight?
Hi, this is Crystal calling from Michigan.
Yes, ma'am.
I just have a couple of things to say about his grammar.
Okay.
I'm a nurse, and as a nurse, she is legally responsible to report anything that Sebastian said. I'll tell you, if any of my grandkids ever came over here and said they were being abused, I would never let them go back. I mean, how could she, in good conscience, have sent him back to that house after him telling her whatever he told her about being abused? I think that to me is just ridiculous.
Yeah, that's.
I mean, truthfully, if your kids came to see you and told you that was happening, would you send them back?
Hell no.
Absolutely.
Hell no.
I mean, how?
Not without a fight. They would have to. You know.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, I don't know how if she says she loves him so much, how could you send him back to that situation?
No, you're right. That's like, okay. So for instance, you know, mine are coming here for the summer. If they told me something like that, of course I would fight, you know?
Absolutely. And by the way, I'm so happy that that's happening for you. That just makes my heart feel so good.
It's overdue. I mean, and I'm glad that it finally happened. You know, I moved forward with things, and I'm just glad it's the way it is. And shout out to their mother for, and you know, me and her being able to actually talk like adults and handle things like adults and take it to that level. And because they need that, you know, seeing us, you know, not see eye to eye is bad for them. So I'm glad everything is on par.
Absolutely. So, but that was just my thought. I mean, sitting here, every time I hear that, and I didn't want him to not be able to tell me things. And, you know, what the hell are you thinking of, woman? I mean, so I just don't know. But that was just my opinion. And being a nurse, I know that you're legally responsible. Nurses, teachers.
You know what? I can relate to that because you know what? My grandmother, I told her that, you know, when I was younger and the things that happened to me when I was being molested, or actually more than molested, which you can put two and two together when you hear that. I told my grandmother was the one that I told. And when I told her, you know, she didn't ask me shit. She actually went to the authorities.
Right.
She went straight to the authorities and action was taken.
Right. And that's what she should have done. I mean, even not being a nurse, even if she wasn't a nurse. I mean, how could you, in good conscience, send your grandkids back to that kind of a situation? I mean, it just, to me, that's just ludicrous. Yeah. So I think they're all kooky. Opinion.
Absolutely wild.
Anyway.
I don't, like, okay, now when it comes down to the things, what did she say that he told her?
She just said that he told her about the situation that he was living in. I don't remember all the specifics. I just remember hearing that she said that he told her about his situation and she never reported it because she didn't want him to feel that he couldn't tell her anything.
Yeah,
I mean, that is just insane. That to me is just absolutely insane.
Right.
And like I said, if any of my grandkids ever told me anything like that was happening to them, boy, you better believe I'd have them. They'd be going toe to toe with somebody.
Most definitely. I mean, you don't want to. It depending on what I was told. If it was something that was breaking the law, we'd be right down there. You know.
Yeah, I can't remember the specifics, but I just remember her saying that he had told her about things that were happening in that house.
People keep saying,
and she did.
Oh, you're good. Keep going.
She didn't report it because she didn't want him to feel like he couldn't say anything more to her. I thought that just to me, it just always has bothered me.
I get it. And then at the same time, if you're being told those types of things, I guess, I mean, do you need to take it to an authority? I would have to know exactly what he told her.
Right, absolutely. She should have told somebody. I mean, even if she had a doubt or whatever, she shouldn't have just kept it to herself.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, she should have at least had it looked into.
Right.
And in my opinion as well, I'm sorry, I know my time is up, but I think that CPS went to their house, and then it was just before, it was in the end of January,
mm-hmm.
and he left the first part of February, and I really think he was ordered out of that house. And that's why he was gone. Oh, he wasn't home that whole month of February.
Right.
But anyway, I don't know. I'm just getting to the point that I'm just tired of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And God bless your heart for keeping this whole thing alive.
Well, as much as I can, I am going to cover other things. Like yesterday, we covered Maya. We covered the missing 8-month-old there in Kentucky. As developing things come out about that, we're going to cover that. The same thing with, was it Jalen Robertson? As details come out in that, we're going to cover that. There's tons of other stories and families that need help, and pushing the story out to try to get them whether it's children or missing loved ones in general. Caleb Harris.
Absolutely.
That young man. We covered Riley Strain before we came into this. It was Riley Strain and Madeline Soto.
Right.
There's so much other things to cover, and we're going to keep Sebastian's name out there, and we're not going to stop pushing his name out there. But at the same time, we do need to assist other families and help in other cases. And as things come out in this, we will cover them if there is something to cover on it. But it's at the point where, what is law enforcement telling us that's new?
Right.
Developing stories, but then it's conflicting too, because when you think, it's like, damn, if I stop covering it, and other people stop covering it, where does his name go? His name dies down, and people are looking back 2 years later like, damn, remember that Sebastian Rogers case, and we covered it and how crazy it was. It's like, at some point, we have to stop accepting shabby ass police work. At some point, we have to stand. You know what I mean? Is that what's going on? Again, I say shabby ass police work because we're not hearing anything, but they could be onto something right now, and I could be absolutely wrong. I do have mixed feelings about the police work that's going on, because I don't know what's happening behind the scenes. To us, it does look like nothing's being done, but at the same time, they could be red hot onto something and just waiting to collect one piece of evidence to wrap it all up. We just have no idea. And as the public looking in, we see all these different things going on, the cease and desist, people fighting, people chasing each other. It's like, what the hell is going on?
Yeah, all we see is the periphery. Yeah, that's all we can. I mean, you're right. They just may be onto something. But anyway, well, good luck to you and your children this summer, and
thank you.
And thank you for everything that you do. You're a wonderful young man.
Well, again, every day I wake up and think, what can I do better? And what good can I put into this world, or what can I bring? So thank you for being a part of the show, calling in tonight, being a voice. Hopefully things pick up, and I wish this nightmare would come to an end for Sebastian, so closure can be brought.
Absolutely.
Because that's what it's about. It's about closure. His voice is unaccounted for. Why all these people are yelling and arguing over the dumbest shit in the world? His voice is unaccounted for, and he's got to suffer.
Right.
And that's it.
Right. Yeah, absolutely.
Lock your doors, stay vigilant. And again, ma'am, thank you for being a voice. We do appreciate you. Shout out. I think the police are watching their actions. Let me read chat for a second before we open the lines back up. RC says, if law enforcement doesn't do anything to these circus clowns, I want to stop paying taxes forever. Damn. Wow. Ren says, I feel bad that Seth fooled me. I was so on board in the beginning. I could never raise a child in Tennessee. It's terrifying. Well, people don't talk about this. Why aren't they talking about the 191 kids that went missing in just May in Virginia? Has anybody looked at that? That was crazy as hell. 191 children went missing in May in Virginia. Somebody didn't show me that. I actually seen it on Facebook, and when I seen it, I was kind of blown away. Like, people think Tennessee's bad. Start looking around. It's bad everywhere. It's bad everywhere. I think the law enforcement is watching them and hanging themselves. They probably need more evidence. I literally was just saying this. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I was watching the first 48 yesterday, as I've always have watched the first 48. And it was this one story where the guy, he lived with his mom and he ended up being the one to take her life, right? But they didn't have enough evidence. They came in, they sat down with them, they talked to him, they told him straight up, come on, we know you killed your mom. We just need that. We just need enough evidence. And we will be back. Well, we'll be back. And guess what? They were back. What was it? 2.5 months, 3 months down the line, they were back when he messed up. Because what were they doing? They were tracking him all the way to every place he went to. And he went to the gravesite of his mom and ended up messing up. And that's where police pinpointed his location, went out there and found exactly where she was buried at and pulled her up. So I don't know. Maybe they are onto something behind the scenes. We can't say that they're not because we don't know. But I say shabby because it's like, damn, no updates to a lot of the public that cares. I don't think they expected this case to be this big. But you can't expect something when you don't know something's going to happen. So at the same time, and I mean police, by the way, I mean, you can never know how big something's going to be until it is. But let me open them. Jackie says, and I also believe if Sebastian is ever found alive, he doesn't deserve to go back to none of them. Seth, KP, CP. I'm sure it's beautiful, but missing children obviously aren't top priority, says Cap keeps on. And I just open the lines back up 219-885-9693. And I'm just, but you don't read my comments. I see you, crazy Nay. What do you mean a number? Don't read your comments. You mean when I'm on the phone, I'm just listening. So that sounds like Roseanne Barr, and I absolutely adore Roseanne. So it's a compliment to the color. You sound like, are you talking about who I was just talking to? I agree that Sheriff Grady Judd is awesome, but he can't go around the USA butting in some way. Exactly. A lot. I mean, obviously he's for what? Florida? I forget what state, or Georgia. I forget exactly what state he was in because I just had seen him during the Madeline Soto case. Grady, was it Florida? I don't know if it was Florida or not. Missing Polk County. WFLA. I thought it was. I'm pretty sure it was. It also means that these content creators are doing things illegally, and that's not true. That is a lie. Keep reading. This is Coffee Rebel. Trev, in my opinion, I think there's more going on that meets the eye. What does Seth know more than we are aware of, in my opinion? Why would he try to silence people who are trying to help him find his son? I have no idea. But shout out to you for sending the text message. And 804-270 says, Rich Tesla, what? I am the sister. Oh, wow. Okay. We'll definitely talk. I just seen this message from the sister on Maya's case. We'll definitely talk. I will definitely get in contact. Actually, let me write that down. And let me open those lines back up too real quick. I didn't see that. All right. No, her number is 99. Okay, I got it. And that is Alexis. Wow. Okay. Gotcha. Lee Bird. You said that's why you always say, in my opinion, allegedly. And if you don't say that, then what you say looks like accusing them, which can be twisted into defamation. Right. 500 per interview. Is that what you heard, Teresa? They want 500 per interview in this case. That's crazy. I don't know. Where is that? Where was that? Where did that come from? Can anybody explain where that came from? Where was that heard from? Heidi, welcome. I appreciate you. Welcome to the Reverend Family. Terry says, keep the faith. We stand by you. Terry, you've been here for 2 years. You've been here since Idaho 4. You know what we do. You know the purpose. You know the mission. He said they beg for help. CPKP and SR never thought this would get so much media, YouTuber attention, and now they are in so deep. It will be hard to turn this around, Kathy said. And if anyone is hiding Sebastian, then they are breaking the law and they will go to jail as well. Pam, I just don't see him being hidden for some reason. I don't know why. If he was being hidden, we think that he would have definitely have been seen by now in case you're keeping him in one location and doing everything, going out shopping. You have him locked down. He can't be seen anywhere. Forgot to say, I think TBI may just be waiting for the trafficking or the tracking evidence for the traffic on their phones and vehicles. Wouldn't they have that by now? Wouldn't they have that though? I feel like they would have that, the tracking evidence. 2 months into a case, they've had it. I mean, from a lot of the cases that I've checked out or watch on like the first 48, they have that tracking evidence pretty damn fast. They'll be watching their locations. He said, these are fake letters, Kathy said. Well, they're sent from a lawyer's office for sure. They're definitely hit for a lawyer's office or sent from there. Look, again, that's sent from a lawyer's office for sure. 100%. Again, sent right from a lawyer's office. It says it on here. I know you know her. Right there. Like I said, it's sent from Tara Carter. It is definitely from a law office. It's not from a law office for sure. T-REV, I'd love to write a song with you. The title could be "You Ain't Gonna Stop Us." Bama Girl says, "Dear call." Oh, that's from the caller, huh? The missing 12-year-old girl from Georgia lives with her dad. Maybe he did something to her. Which one? Which case is that? Which one are you talking about? Definitely send that. I want to peep that. What 12-year-old girl? But remember in Cleveland, those girls were locked up for 10 years. I guess anything is really possible. Damn, it's showing people calling in, but it's not ringing. Try again. I see 615. I'm gonna have to call you. 921. The phone's not ringing. That's weird as hell. Can you hear me? 615. You're live. How you doing? Can you hear me?
Yes. Hey, T-REV, it's Rose.
You know what? I'm sitting here thinking, I was like, damn, nobody's, but it's actually, I see tons of y'all calling. What's going on? Talk to me.
Well, I just, there's an echo. Okay.
Is there an echo?
Yeah, there is on my end. I can hear myself talking.
Hold up. Let's fix it. I'll just call you right back. Okay. I'll call you right back. Let's go ahead and end that. Let me close that down and reopen it because for some reason it's being weird. Okay, let's call Miss Rose. I think that's Miss Rose. That's who it sounded like. Let's see, 434-931-484.
Hello.
Miss Rose, does that sound better?
Yeah. Yes, much better.
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. I just wanted to talk to you a little bit tonight.
Yes, ma'am.
In one of the first few interviews that Chris gave, I don't know if you remember or not, but he made the statement they would never find Sebastian. And it would be a story they talked about for a long time.
Yes, ma'am. I do remember that.
You remember that?
Absolutely.
That's the first thing that really hit me hard was because why won't they find Sebastian?
Correct.
And why will it be a story we talk about for a long time? You know,
it's never made sense.
What did he mean by that? But one thing I want to say, the first thing they did was when Seth came out and was asking people to help him find his son,
mm-hmm.
and they started talking. The first thing they did was come against Seth,
mm-hmm.
and then Seth come back against them, and then it just went tit for tat, and then he got his private investigators. Didn't even give them really time to put anything together
until Tony stepped in, and then he started pitting the YouTubers against each other. It seemed like to me, I don't watch many of them, but
I
I've
will say
seen them
this,
come up.
he wasn't trying to like pin me against, as far as from my experience, he wasn't trying to pin me against YouTubers, but more of like correct you guys when you call in. And how can I correct you guys when there's no facts in this case whatsoever?
No, that's not what I'm saying.
You know what I'm saying? No, I'm saying in general, that's all that he has said to me personally. I don't know if he's, tried to pin other people together or against each other, but for me, he did want me to control what you guys were saying as the public, and I can't control what anybody thinks, says, etc., especially when there's no facts in the case. You know what I mean, Miss Rose?
That's because he's controlling all the YouTubers.
Right.
He's controlling them. He has pitted them against each other by letting this information out and that information out that wasn't true.
Right. That makes sense.
That wasn't true at all.
Yeah,
So he started. He had a mission to just make all the YouTubers get into trouble, so that none of them could say anything about this case. Now, the next thing I want to say is, first of all, when you call the FBI in, they are the grunt people. They get clues. They listen to all of this stuff that goes on, and they put everything together. And then they hand it over to the TBI. Then the TBI puts their intake on it, and they go from there. Bring the sheriff's department in. But this is not the last that we've heard of this case, because Sebastian wasn't a shining light to his family, but he has been to all of us. He's been a shining light for the last 3 months and above, because they asked us to get involved with this case. Then when we started putting out all of our theories, and I've put out a lot of them, well, then they started saying, well, that's stupid. Well, that's stupid. They started getting on there and on their little voices that they use, and turn even the people off from wanting to call in or give their opinion on the case. You would not let them stop it. You kept on. You let us, everybody, not just me, but everybody, keep giving their opinion on the case. So naturally, you wasn't going to stop. So what does Tony do? He tries to get you to stop by telling you what you should do with your channel.
Yeah.
Now yeah, that's exactly what he was doing. And now the cease and desist letter is something that's came out, and it's came out against people that have gotten so close to the truth, have been so close to the people involved. He has sent these letters to all these people that some of their viewers are them, the people that are on the YouTube, have came out with somewhat is the truth, because they've covered every scenario that could be covered. Now, the police, I guarantee you, the police, the TBI, the FBI, they're putting a case together, and they know exactly what they're doing. I mean, they've had a lot harder cases than this one. This is not a hard case to them. And they're putting the case together. That's why there's been no reward put up. That's why there's been no information. Because if they got on there, we say they got on there once a week and told information, well, they wouldn't want to tell the truth about it, because who would be looking at that? The people that did the crime. So you have to put all of that together. But above all of that, none of that really matters. What matters is Sebastian is still missing. He has disappeared. And whether anybody covers that or not, we still know in our minds, and you still know in your mind, that this child is worthy of having an answer to his life. And I don't want you to stop. I know you probably have to back off because other people need you too. Other people with missing children need you too.
Absolutely.
And I know that you may have to back off a
Well,
little
the thing
bit.
is, people hit me up all the time. It's not just, missing children. It's missing people in general that reach out constantly and would want to put their
Right.
story out about their loved one that's missing. And of course, these other
Right.
families need help. For instance, one just messaged me before. Maya, her aunt just messaged me and said, I would love to talk to you. We want to, continue to push the story out. So there's tons of different families that do need help pushing these things out and or having a voice in general. There's an 8-month-old again in Kentucky, Ohio
Right.
County, Kentucky. Her voice is unaccounted for. Little 8-month-old. And that's sad too. They need help. A lot of people need help and would appreciate it. But again, we can't fault Sebastian for others' actions either.
No, but all the people on your chat, they're smart people. They're intelligent people. And if they can get their theories out about Sebastian, they can cover theories about other people, other children, other adults, people who are missing, the 20-year-olds that just all of a sudden come up missing. They can help with that because law enforcement does look at this kind of stuff and they know what's going on. They know what's going on in all of these chats and stuff. And they know what they're trying to do with the cease and desist letter. I mean, who would have, I don't think anybody that's looking for their child would say, stop talking about Sebastian. No, they wouldn't do that. That had to be a Tony thing. But anyway, that's just my opinion.
And
why is it no report?
Is it? And that's what another thing is why is there no reward for Sebastian if he was found or privy information that came through to help bring some closure to this? Are they holding back? Is law enforcement saying please don't put this out? I don't know. I don't know what's going on there. Maybe we're 100+ days in. They know the answer already and they're just waiting for that evidence.
I told you in the chat the other night a couple of times. I've told you a couple of times.
Yes, ma'am.
They do not put up a reward when they know who committed the crime.
I remember reading that.
They're just putting a case together. That's all they're doing.
Yeah.
Now I know that for a fact because I have family from my past and now and in the future that's in law enforcement, and that's exactly what they're doing. So I just wanted you to know that don't stop listening to people in your chat and don't let nobody tell you how to run your chat.
Absolutely.
Because you're in charge of that.
Absolutely.
And you have said nothing wrong about Sebastian or his parents or his step-parents. All you've done is let people put in chat and you have just embellished on that. But you haven't done anything wrong, and neither has any of the rest of them that I know of. I don't watch them, but I know that friends have told me they've been pitted against each other, and that was the whole cause of a certain man that came in on the investigation when he shouldn't have. But that's my opinion.
Yeah,
that's pretty. Keep praying for Sebastian. Keep praying that God will shine a light wherever he is, and that we will find him. And we will eventually find him. It may take a few months. It may take a few days.
Yeah.
But we're going to find him. I guarantee you.
And
I love you and I appreciate your chat. And I pray for you and everybody in the chat. And I pray for Sebastian. I pray for Seth and I pray for Chris and Katie, because whoever has committed a crime or whoever knows anything about this case truly knows it's not any of us out there. It's those three parents. It's those three parents.
Yeah.
I don't know which of them which one of them knows more than the other, but the three parents are the only ones that know.
Well, let's start back
How
at the
this-
house that night, you know?
Yeah. Just if you're really interested in the case, start back from the first interview you can find, and then go from there. On all of the podcasts, if you have to, on all of the YouTubers channels, if you have to go back to all of those, if you really want to know, do that, and really think about how the investigators first started off this investigation from the first minute they reached that house. And think about this. Some people said that it was a missing child.
Right.
Well, therefore, forensics never went in that house.
Mm-mm.
Because, I mean, they went in there and checked the house out, but forensics wasn't in there because they didn't report it as an adopted child, or a child that they saw walk off, or that they saw. They didn't do that. The forensics didn't go in there because they reported it as a missing child. And if forensic had gotten in there, at the first, they probably could have found a whole lot more things that were a lot more credible
That were
than
all.
what they were able to find. But you think about how they first started it off.
Mhm.
How many things were involved in that search. And you think they don't know nothing. Let me tell you something. Law enforcement knows it. They know everything there is to know, and we'll find it out. They'll come forward when the time is right. And that's all I need to say, because I trust you, and I trust you to do what you need to do with your YouTubers.
Mhm. Well, I mean,
I love you, and I pray for you and your children. And as far as people being afraid to move to Tennessee, my goodness, we're no worse than anybody else. I've
Yeah.
lived here all my life.
it's a problem.
Believe me,
It's a problem in this whole entire country.
in the country,
It's a whole.
and even in the Ukraine. I mean, in the UK, even there's people that go missing all the time.
Right.
I mean,
Exactly.
it's all over the world. It's not just here.
It is all over the world, and it's a big problem here in our country too, and in every state again. And I got to go back to that number. In May, 191 children went missing in Virginia alone. That's a lot. That's a lot. So, I mean,
And a lot of those were runaways, but a lot of them weren't. You know. But
Rose,
I'm sure if
appreciate you calling in.
I love you.
I love you back, my friend, and thank you for being a voice. As always, make sure you lock them doors. You stay vigilant. God bless you. Miss Rose for calling in. You know, when a case makes you feel like that, you gotta back off. And keep an eye out. Make sure you guys keep an eye out for information. Don't stop keeping an eye out for information on, for Sebastian. Let's not forget that. 865, you're live. How you doing tonight?
Hey, I'm good, T-REV. How are you?
No, hanging in there. Just trying to get. This is insane.
Yeah, it's
all insane. Nobody should ever feel like they can't cover a case or shouldn't do or keep someone's face out there because of someone else. I mean, it's super crazy.
Well, I was just sitting here thinking about this. And was that Rose that was just talking? I think
it was Miss Rose from Tennessee.
Yep. I love her. But I was just thinking something. You know what you call this right now? What the content creators like you that are really on the ball, what you're doing?
Right.
It's called accountability peer pressure.
Mm-hmm.
It's accountable peer pressure. And if our laws and our government will not step in to change laws to keep these predators off the streets or to help children when CPS is called, if things are not being followed right, then like you said, you have to be a voice for the voiceless. And sometimes that comes from peer pressure and people saying we've had enough, and doing it correctly, not breaking laws and not ruining people's lives, but doing it correctly. And I think that's exactly the power that you've got behind what you do. And I have no problem with you as a content creator also making a living from this. Police officers make a living. DAs make a living. You can certainly make a living. There's no problem with that. I think what you're doing with your information and helping to gather insight to help people, just one call one night may come in and some police officer may be listening or detective may be listening and go, that's one we haven't heard, and the green light goes off. I think what you're doing is exactly right. And I think the reason why you're getting such, you and some of the other really good content creators are getting such backlash is because of the peer pressure. And I don't mean that in a kid kind of way. I mean that in an adult kind of way, because what are they going to do? Right?
Oh no, I don't even watch it.
Well, I don't need it. I mean, I don't want anybody but you, but what I'm saying is that with the family, with threats or cease-and-desist and all that kind of crap, you are affecting them with peer pressure, which is a good thing. It's a positive peer pressure. If you're not going to look for your kid, if you're not interested in people chiming in, it don't matter, because we're going to keep up the pressure to look for him. See what I'm saying?
No, I'm hearing you, Miss Mary.
And maybe, with that pressure behind us as a mass group of people searching for this boy, what are you going to do? Go after 50,000 people that are looking for your kid?
Right.
Who want justice for him? Bring it. And maybe that'll help, break these people. And I remember seeing, I don't know if you remember seeing a couple months ago where there was a little boy that went missing 20 something years ago. And there was a lady that knew him at 3 years old. He disappeared, and this woman never, ever gave up looking for this child when everybody else did. And she kept on and on. Oh yeah, this was in court just over the last 4 or 5 months, and somebody out there will recognize this. And the lady, she would stay in touch with the police. She would still put flyers out, everything.
Yes, ma'am.
And lo and behold, this little boy's body was found in a graveyard, not more than a couple of miles from the original house where the mom had gotten rid of him. He was obviously skeletal remains, but he had the clothes on. They were still there. And by that, they were able to, and DNA, able to identify him. And the mother had said the same thing. Oh, he just disappeared. He just disappeared. She went on with her life for 20 something years. Well, she finally got arrested over that and convicted of it. And she went to prison just 6 months ago. It took 20 years. But this woman, the point that I'm making is that there was one woman, it was on the news, that she would not give up. She knew that mother did something. She knew it.
I got a question. My thing is for you as a person who has been watching this case, and I'm even asking people in chat that are listening right now. And I want to know your guys' thoughts on it. What are your thoughts on the level of transparency provided by law enforcement on this case whatsoever? I mean, do you think they're doing good, or do you think that they're doing? Because I see mixed reactions out there, but I want to see what your thoughts are on it in chats, obviously.
Okay, and I'm gonna tell you from my perspective, as having, like I said, a background in criminal justice, working on cases, having people on probation, working for defense attorneys representing a murderer, being involved with the DA's office. I know some of the background, and I know that they know some things that they cannot divulge. If they divulge it, if they put all the cards out on the table too soon, it can blow the case. And I get that. And it may be a waiting game that they're playing for somebody to break. If these people had nothing to do with him disappearing, which we all have speculation about that, then I think that there's a trail that they're trying to find that they may be on that we don't know about, and by bringing that to the public at this point, it could put, if Sebastian is still alive, it could put his life in danger. It could get him moved out of the country. It could, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I understand the aspect of law enforcement having to be very careful with what they divulge and when they divulge it, because they're playing the game with these people too. These people are playing a game with law enforcement. They're playing a game back. It's a tit for tat type thing, right?
Right.
So
It definitely is.
you know, it's almost like, I hate to use the analogy of a football game, but you see the coach hold their clipboard up over their mouth as they're talking to their player. You know, they don't divulge all their plays, right? They don't want people reading their lips and knowing what the next play is. So from a law enforcement standpoint, I will say I'm sure they're very frustrated and aggravated and concerned for this child. I mean, they're human beings who have kids themselves, and I'm sure it's eating their guts out over this kid. And they're probably having to move at a snail's pace and not let it out in the public, because there may be something way deeper than what we can, that would be unsafe for him. Now, if he's not here anymore, if he's in heaven and they're desperately trying to get to the point that they get the information, I'm sure that they're doing what they can, not to necessarily quote unquote pit each person against each other, but they're looking for weaknesses. They're looking for a gap. Nobody's perfect at a crime. Nobody's perfect.
And that's another thing I see. Well, the perfect crime was committed. Was it? I mean,
No.
I don't think so.
Just like 25 years later, 22 years later, where this girl thought she got away with the perfect crime, it wasn't.
We need. We got to restore that faith, because look, another case that we can all relate back to that I know I followed from day one. Nancy Grace covered it, and I was sitting right on the couch when it came on. It was 8:00 at night. HLN, the Delphi murders. The Delphi murders. Look at that. 6-7 years later, boom. Now you have somebody going to trial. Now I know people think that, you know, this guy is possibly innocent or whatever, but there's still that case moved forward, whether he's innocent or guilty. When it go into trial, there is resolution in cases, and you got to have that faith for cases like Summer Wells. Summer Wells has been missing for what, almost 4 years. I don't even know the exact. It was June. What was it? June something of 2021. I can't remember the exact date, but you know, it's coming up on a decent amount of time that she has been missing. And we got Sebastian Rogers. You add those, I'd say those are the two biggest mysteries as far as out there and people know about it in Tennessee. There's going to be resolution in both cases, in my opinion. I don't think they'll ever not be. It may take time, but I do believe and have faith that those cases will see resolution too. These two cases, Summer and Sebastian, as long with the other missing children that are here and missing adults. And that's all across America. Like you said, there's no perfect crime. You can't commit no perfect crime without leaving something behind or messing up in some place or slipping up and talking about something that someone always messes up.
Something happens, right? And I still think, from standing back and look at it the way I'm, just in my own opinion, looking at it, it's like I said, it's like a healthy peer pressure across this nation, even for our legal system to say enough is a freaking enough. And, you know, we have to, or I have to, I'm not going to say we because I'm not going to speak for everybody else, but I have to step back and go, if this was my child and I know that I didn't do something to him and he is in danger, something has happened, something has happened, what would I want the police to divulge to the public that would not put him at further risk?
Yeah.
Or never being found. See what I'm saying?
I see what
so
you're
looking at it from different angles, kind of like what the police can divulge, what an innocent parent would not want divulged, or the police are saying don't divulge because of the safety. I'm looking at the different aspects. I'm not saying that that's in this case particular, but I'm just saying in general. But something that we didn't have years ago were content creators like you.
Right.
We didn't have content creators who had a huge voice out there who can run this for, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 hours and get people from early morning, day shift, night shift, that are wanting to hear and learn. And you never freaking know when somebody's going to be sitting in an IHOP talking about, T-REV show about Sebastian, and somebody go, oh yeah, I saw that kid the other day. It looks like, what I'm saying? The peer pressure's on.
It's always been about word of mouth, and there's different ways of getting that around. Just to think that, and it hasn't helped this whole entire time. All the people that have been covering this, from TikTok to YouTube to mainstream media to Facebook to everywhere, it hasn't. What has it led to? And him being found, and that right there is a red flag in itself.
Right.
That even spreading all of the word that we have spread all together as a community, as the public, nothing, no resolution has came from it, which is that right there again to me is a red flag, because it's like, damn, he must be in one spot where he can't be found. And we gotta find that one spot. That one spot has to be found.
Right. And that's I'm sure kind of where law enforcement is as well. They're just as frustrated. But the other thing too, I think, that played into some of the cease and desist thing across the board for everybody was, from what I have heard from other people, that there were some other channels that were being just really disgusting and nasty and just awful. And instead of trying to find Sebastian, they started making it about drama and about, bullying and fighting, and it's just totally sidelined. And one bad apple ruined it for everybody somewhere along the way. You know what I mean?
Right.
But as a community,
I could never turn my channel to just drama. No way.
No, and you don't. And for the community, for the law enforcement and for the family to know, we have thousands and thousands of people out here, even in other countries, that are watching this, and we are not going to stop the pressure for looking for this kid. So,
well, the Miss Mary, I do appreciate you calling in, always being a voice. You've been one for a while now. You said you've been here since Cavalcante, so you already know the mission here and what we've been doing for a long time. I appreciate you being a part of that. I appreciate you being a voice. I appreciate you, all the times you have shared and continue to push out not only Sebastian's face, but other faces also. Lock your doors. Yeah. Stay vigilant. I look forward to hearing from you again. Miss Mary. She's right, though. She said there's a missing website that has suggestions, law enforcement, to keep the public updated weekly and use social media for help. And Jenny K, I see you. There are eyes everywhere. This shit still ain't. Look at it. I see people right now, and it still ain't coming. 970, you're on the show. How you doing tonight?
Hey, T.
How you doing, man?
I'm doing good. This is Melissa in Colorado.
I'm sorry?
We might be looking at this C and D all wrong. Because I've been doing some more research.
Okay.
She's a family lawyer and divorce, correct? The father?
Yes.
Is there an open divorce between Katie and Seth?
Open divorce?
Yeah. Are they doing a divorce court?
They've already done that.
Okay. There's a minor child involved, which is Sebastian.
Correct.
And being discussed on social media. Could Seth be going after full custody of Sebastian?
No.
Since this happened. Because if so, that would be the reason for the cease and desist, because that can impact the court case. If he's going to go for full custody, if he returns.
Yeah, you're right. It doesn't specify anything. No, as far as no. I thought that was already taken care of.
Well, the information that is on, I'll email you the link.
People have already went over their divorce papers. So, I mean,
but now that he's gone missing, could Seth, if he returns alive, could Seth be going after Katie for full custody completely, to where she don't even get visitations?
I don't know.
That's what I'm wondering.
To do with a cease and desist to 50 people.
Well, he's a minor child, and he's being discussed on social media. So anything that can render the
my question, my thing is, so you would bring it to the public, and then now you're trying to reel the fishing pole back in? I'm confused.
I'll send you the links and see if you can get if you got an attorney, see if they can, if that would make sense of the information that's on. Because I'm like, wait a minute, they have a divorce. He was supposed to go to Seth, but she would still have visitations. But now that he's gone missing, it's Seth going to take that away from her to where she don't get him, period.
I don't know. I don't know about that.
That's what I'm wondering. Because he can go back and take her visitations away from her as being an unfit mother.
I don't know. I mean, what's that got to do with anything? In my opinion, what does that got to? Because especially when they have went to the media, So if that was the case, why would they do that?
Well, it's not so much. I don't think it's all the information being discussed about Sebastian on social media. I think you would have to find out what would be allowed to discuss about Sebastian with the cease and desist. Is there certain things that you can only discuss on social media? With him being missing. That's just without knowing what their grounds for the C&D, it's hard to say.
Yeah, he wouldn't pick, definitely he wouldn't just pick. That's another thought that I had, but he's just like she said, then he wouldn't just pick certain creators to say that can't talk about this case.
So I think the ones that were causing the bad, they just decided to just send it out to all of them.
Well, no, they said
that way. This one can't say, "Well, they didn't get one. How come we did?"
Yeah,
type stuff. I don't know. With the stuff that I think you would have to ask an attorney on. Could this be the grounds? Of why? And is there only certain things that can be discussed about Sebastian being on social media?
It just has it's basically saying not to cover. That's what it's saying.
Not to cover it, period.
Yes.
She would have to give allegations of why.
Right.
I would think she would have to stipulate why she's sending it out. The CPS paperwork.
Well, it's basically talking about.
I didn't think about the charges. In the CPS.
Basically, it's accusing. In my opinion, when I look at it, it's basically accusing of being involved in some type of BS. That's what I see on it.
I agree.
That's what I see on it, but
I mean, I'd cover it and tell it, because for it to be a legal situation, it would have to be signed by a judge. It can't just be signed by an attorney. That's still a public notice.
Right.
Coming from an attorney. So for it to be legal to go to start court process, it has to be signed by a judge. But I'll send you the information that I came across, because they had different things about with it being a missing minor. Of why you would send a social media C&D.
for Tennessee.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll send you what I got to your email, and then.
Yes, ma'am. I'll check it. I will.
Okay.
Check. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you calling in and chipping into the conversation. Make sure you lock your doors and stay vigilant. God bless you. I don't know about as far as sending that out because of the reason she said that, because it doesn't say anything about that. You said he used this lawyer to get the CPS report so he could, or so he just used her again. Doesn't want the money to stop coming in. The longer Sebastian is missing, the more money Seth can get. 931, what's going on? You're live. How you doing tonight?
Hi, I'm doing fine. I wanted to comment on the case. I mean, on this cease and desist.
Yeah, talk to me.
So I feel like the reason why the creators are being targeted is because somebody has got very close to the truth about him and the rest of them. And I feel like it has touched somebody, so they're trying to get people to stop. This is just my point of view. I feel like they're trying to get people to stop so they can, so the truth is not getting out there. So something is hitting a certain person some kind of way. And so I feel like the YouTubers, just people who they're sending these to, are somehow information is getting out there and they cannot handle it. They're getting too close to the truth. And also something I feel, and I could be wrong, I feel like Seth knows more than what he's putting out about the situation. And it's beginning to show that he knows more than what he's giving out, and the exposure is too much to handle. And the people who were backing him up, that were catching on to some things about him as well. And I feel like, this is just allegedly, I feel like that he only wants the people around who is not knowledgeable about the truth and who is benefiting from the money. And so therefore he don't care what he loses as long as his name is protected from the truth. But the truth is coming out. And I really don't think that he has anything to do with his son's disappearance, but I really honestly think he knows more than what he's telling. And somebody that is on this case on YouTube has gotten very close to the truth. Somebody is hitting something somewhere. That's what I feel. I could be wrong, but I feel like somebody's hitting something somewhere. And it's messing up Tony's money that he's benefiting from in some kind of way. I'm not sure. And it's benefiting whoever is benefiting from some money. And also on top of that, I kind of feel like, I hate to say this, but I kind of feel like Seth's elevator doesn't go all the way to the top, and people is viewing him as if he is just a typical person, if people get what I mean.
Yeah, no. That's it. I mean, I'm hearing you. Some people say caller spot on. I agree with the caller. There's so many different people that are agreeing with you.
Yeah, I mean, that's basically, I mean, looking at the whole picture, because from the beginning, when they first started searching for Sebastian, really none of the parents were like coming up on the screen. And I think on TV or the news or speaking up. And I think that's really what disturbed a lot of people, because nobody would have ever thought these people to be suspicious if they spoke up. Like a lot of families, even some people who probably did have something to do with their kids' disappearance, they at least came up and acted their part, and they didn't even act their part for at least a couple of weeks. And so therefore that's making them look suspicious. And as a parent myself of an autistic child, I see things totally different. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, there is no way that you have three people that are prominent in this child's life that did not come into the TV scene. I never seen Seth until you hear, oh, he's searching. You heard about him, but never did he come on TV during the first time when he was missing and start speaking. And that kind of made me suspicious of something like, do he know? You know? I mean, I know he was at work. I'm not saying that, but it's like somebody hit something somewhere and now it's all been twisted. And you got to think about everybody that's helping him is not good people.
Yeah.
You have some people who putting their hands in the pot that shouldn't have their hands in the pot. And so people who have a record and are good at manipulating, that knows that they can get benefit from the situation too, even though they know it's wrong.
Right.
You know, they know how to play the system. They know how to play people. They have studied how far they can get into someone's head, and they're playing it their way for a reason, and they know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. Because if you was getting close to the case being resolved, or people knowing things about all the parents, then guess what? People are not going to want to get to that, contribute to that. So now it's like it's being sabotaged because it might be money's coming from somewhere that people don't know. People got all kind of things and stuff going on in this case, which is very weird. But that's just my opinion, and I just wanted to speak up because, you know, at the end of the day, all of you guys are doing a great job out there for Sebastian, and I really appreciate it. Like I said, I have an autistic child myself, and this really touches me, and y'all are doing a fantastic job. And as long as y'all stand on business, y'all gonna get this case solved. I feel it in my being.
As
and
long
have a good night.
Yeah, you too. And thank you. I appreciate you calling in and being a voice. Again, I mean, that's why we do it, is to keep his face out there, to keep people looking when they go out in public. Again, if it wasn't for a lot of YouTubers or people covering it in general, nobody would be looking for him besides people local in Tennessee or friends or family members. Nobody else would be looking. And he could be, again, they don't even know where he's at. So he could be in any state. From people that are in chat right now, he could be in your state right now. You could go out shopping and run into him at Walmart, Target, Best Buy, any place. You never know.
That is so true. That is so true. So his name shouldn't be forgotten, and it won't be forgotten, and it's going to keep going, and it's no way nobody can stop that. And the only day it's going to stop is when he is found.
Well, thank you so much. I do appreciate you calling in, being a voice. God bless you, man. Make sure you lock them doors and keep your head up. Good phone call. You said they can't tell, they can't sell info to major news networks if all of YouTube is already talking about it. It's all about the dollars, Eye of Horus says. Debbie says Seth didn't even go to the news right away and plead for his son. Chris, what did you do to this child? What did you do? Oh yeah, I see.
Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
That's just
the fact.
573. What's going on, 573?
This is Rita from Dexter.
Yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Loud and clear. How you doing tonight?
I was calling the thing. Yeah.
Playing
Let's turn this down from Dexter. Turn this down. You hear me? Just a second.
I had to mute her for 1 second. 1 second.
I had to go in the bedroom, and it's real loud in here, so I turned it down.
Okay, you're good. You're good now.
All right. Yeah, I wanted to call you about all these letters.
Yes, ma'am.
I don't know if you heard before, but I might have been last week. Tony kind of put out this statement about how everybody needed to cowboy up because he was coming after everyone, and now this happened.
Right.
So this is making me think that, hey, I think Tony's got his hook so far into Seth that this is what's going on now. This is, I think this is Tony's doings, and Seth is just going along. That's what this looks like to me.
And even troll accounts. It's weird.
Yeah, and I mean, and I asked the question today because I was told, and the person that told me this wasn't a lawyer. So I was like, I'm just going to ask on the group. So I asked on the big group, the one about finding Sebastian, and I said, I have a question. You know, I would like to know. Maybe there's some lawyers in the room. All these people that are getting these letters are, from what I understand, people. He said 50 YouTubers are getting them.
That's what
I got told. And now those YouTubers don't all live in the same state.
Correct.
So my question is this: he would have to get a lawyer that could practice in each of those states if he really thought he was going to sue someone. And one of those YouTubers came out today and said, let him, because he is going to countersue him.
Yeah.
So I guess you can countersue him if he pulls this stunt and goes any further with it. So my thing is this. All of the people that he sent them to was the people that have been with him since the beginning.
Right.
These are the people that have helped him. Yeah. It's a disgrace that you got one. It's a disgrace that Chloe got one. That's just horrible. I'm waiting on him to be goofy enough to send one to Terry Lynn. I mean, I just don't think that's going to go over well. I don't think any of it's going to go over well for him at all.
Nah, they talk. They ain't sending one to her. They talk.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I didn't think he would send one to Chloe either.
Well,
to be
they
honest.
don't talk. They're at war, so he would send one to her. You know.
Yeah. But the thing is like you and her and everybody has been there from the beginning. Michaela's been there from the beginning. It's a shame the way he has acted. It's a shame. And JLR, they called him. This is true. They called him and begged him to come down, and he left court and went down there. And the other one that went with him, the lady, she got treated like garbage from Seth's mom. That's all true. They talked about that. And it's just a shame that all of the people that came in to help him are the people that he sent this letter to. And he didn't start acting like this until he got with Tony. I'm sorry. That's just my feeling. And it's taken too much attention away from the case that he did this nonsense.
It is.
And poor Sebastian is nowhere to be found. And now they're saying he's down in Texas.
I don't know.
Don't know if that's true. They're saying he's in Texas. You know how the rumor mill is, though. They also said he went to CrimeCon. They're saying he didn't go. He did go. They're saying that he turned down interviews with the Petito people and John Ramsey. I guess he wanted paid for interviews. This is all coming out now. And I'm beginning to wonder. I mean, they posted it. They said that they tried to, one of the guys tried, I guess John Ramsey wanted to have coffee with him. And he said absolutely not. And they want to be paid for those interviews now.
Wow.
And I'm wondering if they have copyrighted anything on Sebastian to where they could just all start making all this money off of him. And that's why everybody's getting these letters. I could be wrong.
Right.
But I asked the question today, and everybody's in there saying, no, the letter is just a scare tactic, and he can't do nothing, and because everything that everybody is talking about is what either has came out of his mouth, Katie's mouth, or Chris's mouth. And what they have seen on the news and what has been released, nobody is saying anything other than what these people are doing and saying, and their actions speak louder than their words. They are not showing any remorse for this kid right now. None of them are. So I'm sitting here thinking, are they all involved? I'm going to tell you the truth. I hope he is alive. I hope they were goofy enough to hide him, because when he gets found, ain't none of them getting him back. I'm sorry. These people, I don't know how this kid made it as long as he did living with these people. I just don't understand it. And now he's gone. And I feel like they're just not looking for him. They're trying to take too much attention away from him. Seth has not searched for him since Easter. When is he going to search for him? I can't even get over it. Is everyone else out looking for this kid? Everyone is looking for this kid. There are other people in other countries following this case. There are people with their children are missing that want their kids to get this much attention, and they're not getting this attention. And these are families that their kids aren't getting any attention. All of the attention is focused on this, and this is how these parents are acting. And it's a shame. It's a real shame.
I mean, I guess when you look at this now, how do you see this case? You see it as a circus, and your message to creators? You think people should move on?
I don't know. I don't want to leave Sebastian behind. I don't. I feel like if you guys move on,
yeah, but
I'm
we did
scared
our
that
job.
that's going to happen.
I feel like a lot of us did our job. We brought exposure.
Yeah.
Sebastian, we've got it out there. He's out there. He's
Yeah.
looked for.
You did.
Thousands, hundreds of thousands of people are looking for him. So
yeah,
like, we could move on and help other families and keep covering it as updates come.
Yeah.
Some people want coverage every day, and I get that. But at the same time, I feel like we have brought a lot of coverage onto this case, whether it was YouTubers or, again, I don't have to go through the whole lineup because everybody knows, but
yeah,
we've done what we needed to do. We brought it forward. It's there. We can cover those new updates as they come. I mean, even law enforcement has came out and said things about what social media turned it into,
the rumor mill. They said it doesn't help that social media's got the rumor mill going on.
Well, what happens is they're getting these phone calls. Oh, here, I got a tip for you. You need to go check here. But there's nothing behind them checking there. It's like, oh, I just got a feeling that he might be there. So when you have people calling in and saying things like that, I think that's where, law enforcement says things like they're saying.
Yeah, there was a lady that had called them about a place that's a couple of blocks over that she didn't think had been searched yet. And she was talking about how if you threw something off of the bridge, it was a quarter mile from this lady's property. And this lady had said they had searched her property. And I remember that. And she called in and they told her that they didn't know if it had been searched, but they were going to look into it. And that was another YouTuber as well. But I heard that phone call, so I know that was made. I watched it where she called them and I heard everything that was said.
Oh, wow.
She put that right on her channel. She said, we're going to call them. We're going to find out if they've checked this spot. And it's supposed to be just a couple of blocks over from Chris and Katie's house. Don't know if they checked it. I don't know what happened with the outcome of that, but she did make the call. But yeah, I agree. There are other children missing. They need to be covered. There's I don't know if you found it yet, but there is a case where 4 girls went missing in the same town in the same week. Don't know if you heard about that.
Damn.
There's a baby gone right now, but all of them have been arrested, but they still ain't found the baby.
Yeah, that's the one we covered yesterday, Maya.
Yeah. I mean,
yesterday here, I was on for about 4 hours when we covered that. And actually, speaking of that case, the aunt that I'm pretty sure may have custody of her other kids is wanted to get some things out. So we have that case.
Yeah.
There's a lot. She wants to put some stuff out, so we'll be talking with her. I think maybe tomorrow. We'll see though. We'll see because I'm gonna hit her up after.
Yeah. And I of course don't want to keep checking on Sebastian, and I'm gonna say his name, and I'm gonna look. If I'm out and about, I'm gonna look. I'm in Missouri. I'm not too far away. It's not too far fetched. If I could I'm about to go to Walmart, print off my own flyers. Everybody's going on about needing flyers. It's very simple. You go to Walmart, 9 cents a copy.
Or you go to Staples and get them for free.
Yeah, Staples will do them for free.
You go and get them for free.
And there are print shops that'll do them for free. All you got to do is download it to your phone, copy it, hook it up to a kiosk, and go to town. Okay. So, I mean, I'm thinking about getting them up over. I've never seen one over here from him, but we're not far away. And I think that, we don't know what happened. We don't know. We don't know the truth about what really went down. There are a lot of questions. I do know that Katie has changed her story multiple times. And I do know that now Seth is acting so crazy, I don't know what to believe.
Well, let him.
But
let him.
There's a little boy missing.
Exactly.
And at the end of the day, all I want to know is he okay?
Well,
You know,
I'll
that's
tell you
my
what,
thing.
that's what it's about. Is he okay? His voice is unaccounted for. So again, I do feel like we have done our job as a community, though. We put his face, plastered it everywhere. We've got it out there. I mean, it's up now as we continue to talk. So
Yeah.
hopefully, again, there is an answer someday soon on this case. But we're gonna move on and cover others. Like someone just said in chat, you got to think for your own sanity at some point. Where this things are getting ugly. In this case, people are stabbing at each other, and people are talking shit or trying to stir up a bunch of. You can when I'm covering this now, I can even feel the negative energy. But when I cover my case, when we covered that new case yesterday, I didn't feel none of that. So I don't know. I think moving on might be essential. We'll see.
Yeah. Sometimes you got to do it for your own mental health.
Yep. No, I'm with it. That's why I went to a whole different case yesterday, and I think I'm gonna stick with that. We'll see.
Yeah. And I'm the one that told you don't let them.
Tomorrow on it, I think like I said, I'll cover updates come, but after that, there has to be some new updates, new something coming out because other people do need us. Other people do need us. So
yeah, and your channel ain't going nowhere.
Of course it ain't. Of course
no.
I appreciate you. Thank you for calling in, being a voice. Lock your doors.
Yes.
Stay vigilant. God bless you, man. Shout out to the phone call. Somebody said what? What happened now? I'm confused. I am shocked that somebody said Staples isn't doing it for free. Terry knows because Terry getting flyers on a daily basis. Staples won't anymore, so they stopped then. Okay. Well, that's what we heard. Either, I mean, it doesn't matter because we have a printer. I can print them out. I've always had a printer, so I haven't had to worry about that. Besides buying paper and ink, that's it. That is it. I've never had to go to Staples or anything like that. We get them. In fact, we got to covering the case. Much respect. I mean, covering it is kind of at this point with all the drama. Who wants to cover it? TL brought said as a community. Maybe we should. 586, you're in the mix. How you doing?
Hello?
Yes, ma'am. How are you doing tonight?
Good. How are you, T-REV? Justine from Michigan, Pebble 7 on chat. I have a question. You know how you have your ticker tape, your disclaimer there?
Yep.
Can you do another one and like maybe put different missing people under there?
Oh, of course. I mean, you could put up to, what is it? I forget how much it is, but as far as let me see how many characters you can put down there.
So you could have 2 different ticker tapes is what I'm asking.
You can add more to that one that is there. You can add up to 1,000 words, you know.
That might be a good idea as well.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
This whole thing has just got me so physically ill. I just feel physically sick.
You know what? I'm feeling that with you. I'm feeling that. I feel that again. What Wanda just said. I'm feeling that as I'm sitting here. I feel the negative energy just seeping through everything. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it. And when I can feel it, that's a sign.
Yeah.
That's a sign. When I can feel that, it just is what it is. I feel it. It's weird.
I don't know if it's because it's become such a mess, or if it's because it hasn't been found yet. I don't know. I feel so physically ill. And then when you were on a few nights ago on your other channel, on your paranormal one, and you were having all those effects, all those negative things happening, I was just like, this is like so physical. I mean, it's emotional, mental, physical on everybody. And, you know, now I don't know if, in my opinion, if Seth was doing this for the money, because if he was, why did he turn on everybody?
Yeah.
Because now no one's doing putting his cash apps out there, doing his GoFundMe's, doing, you know, who. So now what's he gonna do? besides charge $500 for an interview that no one wants to pay for?
I don't know. We've did all we could for him here. I mean, it's a proofs in the pudding. Run back. We've posted everything. Cash apps, go. We did it every single day. And again, I know what my intentions for, so that's all that matters.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, I just again, it's like, damn, you push. We've raised so much for him. I know here just on this channel alone, because I've had people that been here for a year and a half plus that have showed me not only they have. So it's absolutely insane just based on that factor. Then you get hit with something like this, which to me doesn't mean shit because it's weird. But the energy when I've been on since then and covering it like for the last week, the energy feels off. Yesterday we covered little Maya. I didn't feel none of that.
No.
Whatsoever. None of that.
That's a sad case. Yeah.
Crazy.
It'll be interesting to see what Maya's aunt has to say.
Mm-hmm.
For sure. But you do you. I wish you peace, love, and light. And congratulations on having your boys for the summer.
Yeah.
And
I appreciate you.
And I'll call back again sometime. Thank you.
Yeah. Well, thank you so much. I appreciate you calling in again. I guess, we'll figure it all out. But I can tell you this much, sitting right here, right now, live on the air and talking to you guys, and not just reading comments, but just the energy in the air surrounded with this case. I can feel it as a person, as someone who's an empath. I can feel it. It's a heavy, thick, dark, negative hatred energy that is out there surrounding this case. And it's sad for Sebastian. It's sad.
I don't think it's a hate. I don't feel a hatred. And I think part of it too, T-REV, is we're feeling for you.
Mm-hmm.
I know you don't want us to feel bad for you or anything like that, but we are a family here. We are a gang here.
Right.
And if we weren't, we would feel
but what kind of
the way we do
like
for
if I was
you?
like, oh man, look, it's like, nah, I know that it's just a fit. You got to put yourself in those situations to get in them. So I accept my part.
I understand that, and we respect that, and we respect your accountability. But at the same token, don't be upset when we say, that we feel bad for you, because we love you and we're all a family here, and it's not pity. It's empathy, or I don't want to say sympathy, but we feel for you,
No, I get it. I just
okay.
I get it. I appreciate everybody. I really do. I appreciate it because we just want to bring coverage to not only put faces out there, but these are voiceless people who are lost and aren't found and are unaccounted for, so that somebody who is sitting around more worried about what people are covering rather than what the goal is, which is to find Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, who has been missing since February 25th, that night going into the 26th, and still is unaccounted for these days. And you have people that are more worried about what other creators or whatever who is doing than finding him. That is a problem.
Yeah,
it's absolutely a problem.
Oh, most definitely. I couldn't agree with you more. 100%.
Well, I hope you have a great night. Again, thank you for being a voice here tonight and a voice on the channel. Make sure you lock your doors and stay vigilant. God bless you, man. Summer Wells all over again. Is that what it feels like, Ammon? Is that what Summer Wells felt like during the coverage? And all of the sadness, if any good comes out of it, maybe Faith will now be protected by CPS. 623 on with me. How you doing tonight?
Hey, T-REV. How are you doing? It's Kathleen from Arizona.
Kathleen, what is going on? What's on your mind with this case as we sit
This
here?
case has got me so wound up. I had to take a few days away from it and not look at any chats or any talks or nothing, because It's so sad seeing all this come out. I watched JLR this morning, and he's like pretty much on your side. And this cease and desist order, he actually put up a lawyer's comments about what a cease and desist is. So this cease and desist that's going out around to everybody don't mean crap.
Right.
She's a family law lawyer, and it doesn't mean crap. Pretty much JLR told everybody, if you watch his channel, he told everybody that's getting these cease and desist orders, if you get one, report it to the police, because it is it's him making threats towards you. He hasn't gotten one yet, he said, but if he does, he's calling the police and he's making a report because it's unnecessary. And there was a lady on your channel just spoke up a few calls ago that was talking about oh Lord, I just lost train of thought, my bad. She was talking about how all this is going on and it's pretty much just for show, and why is Seth in Texas? Has he gotten to the point where he's just done and doesn't care anymore? And Tony's now talking crap in his ear, and he's doing all this because at the beginning he was so concerned and so worried, and you could see it in his eyes and his face, when he talked, that he was worried about his son. Now we don't get that no more. It's like everybody's just giving up. Nobody doesn't care no more. I'm an empath just like you, and this touches my heart so bad.
I mean, I don't. I'll put it out there. I don't. It's not that I want to give up on this case in general. It's just
not you, T-REV, not you. I know you wouldn't give up. I know that.
Like what you're speaking about, though, I'm saying in general, because I was just like, we'll cover it when there's updates, etc. We don't want to stop putting his face out there, and I'll at least make it a point to do a couple shows on him. You know what I mean? And keep his name out there. But when I'm covering it for this last week and a half, 2 weeks, it's been I can feel that energy, the difference. I don't know what it is, but I can feel it.
I get you. I've felt that the past week. I get that feeling. I get that feeling when things are going wrong or bad or something's not right. I get this gut wrenching feeling in my stomach, and it's scary because it takes over my whole body. And usually it's something I'm talking about or something happens, and it comes true. It's actually a fact because my parent, my daughter, and my grandkids, bad things have happened. And at that point, when I'm getting that feeling, it's something that's gone wrong. And it like my daughter got into a really bad car accident, and just before that, probably 30 minutes before that, I got this real bad feeling, and it takes over my body, and it's almost like it's just squeezing the life out of you, and something's wrong and something's not right. And lo and behold, here we are 5 minutes later, get a phone call, and she's up in an accident, block away. And, and that was just recently, about 3 weeks ago. And my brother lives in Alabama, and I got the same feeling when he ended up in the hospital. Didn't know, but I got that feeling because I was talking about him, and all of a sudden, I need to call, find out if he's okay. I get these feelings, and it's bad. And this feeling's come over since the first day I've watched this Sebastian case from the beginning. Since you started this, I've been watching it every single day. And, I've sent you text messages and I've sent you emails about it and stuff like that. And it's
some points horrible. Where I felt like we were close,
Yeah, I just had to take a break and step away because it was getting to me really bad. And I know the feeling in my heart and what's going on. And I remember I called in your show and gave you what my thoughts were on what had happened to this child. And I now stick to that. I know that something has happened, and I know that it's being hidden, and I know Zeth is just feeling all these emotions, and he's just going the wrong direction, and he needs to move and go in the right direction. He needs to get back into things that are going on and get all these people out whispering in his ear. If it was my child, I would have nobody in my ear, and I would be reaching out there for help. And I wouldn't stop until I found
feeling that you get.
No way.
Someone in chat asked, "Can you explain more about what you're feeling?" For me, I always get these feelings where, like, for me right now, it feels like in the air something bad is gonna happen. That's what I'm feeling. That's what the hell I feel. I feel like something bad is going to happen, and I don't know what it is, but pay attention, because that's the feeling I'm having right now. It's not even, I feel that negative energy seeping, but again, I do feel like something bad is going to happen, and I can't pinpoint and tell you what that bad is, but all I can do is relay that energy that I'm feeling, and that message. Something bad is going to happen. I feel it in the air. I feel it in my gut. I feel it in everything. I can't explain what it is because I don't know what it is.
There's a date that keeps coming across in my mind all the time. And I'm always seeing, and I really hate to say this out loud, but I'm going to do this. There's a date and it keeps coming, the 16th, the 16th, the 16th, the 16th. And I keep seeing a bridge with pillars and old grass. And every day I pray to my guardian angel all the time. And when I do this, this is what I see. This is what is showing all the time. And I'm so afraid that this is going to end badly, but I pray to God every day that it's not. And he comes home and somebody's just keeping him safe and away, to where this is a whole hoax. And it's just a crazy, stupid thing that people are doing. That's what now nobody's in Tennessee looking. Nobody's in Tennessee looking. He's in Texas and they're in Mississippi. What the hell?
Yeah.
Come on. It's terrible.
Who was in Texas?
I heard that Zeth is in Texas right now. Yeah.
I didn't hear that. Besides from you guys.
Yeah, it's all over the chat. It's all over the JLR's chat. I'm in 4 different chats on Facebook, and everybody's talking about why is he in Texas? What's he doing in Texas? Why is he there now? And where in the hell did he get this lawyer from? Oh, I heard it was being talked about. Well, JLR talked about it. Why did he get a lawyer out of Nashville?
Right.
And she just looks like something that came off of the back of a biker's gang or something. And she's just, I'm sorry, just a comment. But yeah, I don't know what's going on with that. Did he get a lawyer before and he's using her now for this? Was she involved in some kind of thing with Sebastian to get him information on Sebastian? He used her to get it. Who knows? But I'm just sad that everybody's not looking. And that's the thing I was trying to get at. The lady that said the thing about
your cousin too.
The people that Zeth had with him that were looking, that were credible, the PIs and the dogs people that he wanted to go and have search for him, right? All credible, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden he kept firing them. Why? Were they getting too close? Was there something that he didn't want put out that they were getting too close to? Is that why he was firing them all? Because it makes no sense.
Yeah, no, it doesn't. It doesn't make sense.
It doesn't make no sense at all. And that thing that I sent you I sent you about a month ago. I sent you there was a letter that was posted by up in Alaska that the people were searching up in Alaska. Remember, I sent you that. I sent you that in a text, and they gave their remarks on why they had to stop. And if you read it correctly, it sounded to me like they didn't want to be threatened by the family anymore, so they had to give it up in order to protect their people that were searching up there. And that really hit me hard because, his parents they drove all the way to the border and then took a private jet up there.
Right.
And that was kind of, the whole time that was going on, it was in my mind, what the hell? And I had told you before on here that my thoughts on how he went missing right out the garage.
Yeah.
And the grandmother was close. She went and gave him Sebastian, hey, pack a bag. You're going to go spend the night at grandma's. Grandma takes him. He thinks he's going to go spend the night at grandma's. Next thing you know, grandma takes him to Chris and, removes the shoes. That's how the shoes got taken back over to the 1 yard, the construction site. You want to talk about?
Mm-hmm.
She left there. That's the flashlights they see from her going to Katie's house. Katie and her meeting. Those are 2 flashlights you see. Gave Katie back the shoes. Threw the bag away in the dumpster. That's why they were checking the dumpster. because that bag was in the dumpster at that construction site. That's what the dogs hit on.
Are you
Chris
talking about
has,
the second generation?
what do you mean?
You
Second generation?
you said the construction. Oh, I thought you were talking about the second generation. There was a fire.
No. Down from Sebastian's house, the area where the dogs went, the pond.
Oh yeah,
the area over there.
Are you talking about where they jumped in over there at the retention?
Yeah. That's where the dogs went, supposedly hid over there because she threw the bag in there where the shoes were in and left. That's just my theory. That's just allegedly. And I had brought that up not too long ago and put that out on there, you know, and then she took him to Chris and then she came back and that's why she was close to the house again. And she arrived as soon as the cops were called. She was like right there at Katie's house. You know what I'm saying? Right there, Katie. Yeah. And Katie had that whole time to make up their story that they were on the phone for 3 hours, cleaning up the house, getting everything straight and everything because they knew they were going to call the cops. The cops were going to come. Didn't want no messes. Mattress in the garage. They probably got rid of it. That's why they got the new one. You know, it all makes sense to me. It all makes sense to me. It just does because he didn't walk out the house. We all know that. But this, I don't know, T-REV. You got to do what's right for you and your channel. And I just feel in my heart that something's coming out soon, and it's all going to come to a head. And a lot of people are going to be hurt and damaged and heartbroken. And
Pat said they had the same feeling about something on the 16th. That's what I seen.
Yeah, the 16th. Yeah.
Another person that said, "I just told my husband that." Wow. I appreciate.
Yeah, I've had that for a while now. So I love you, T-REV. I will keep updating you if I get anything. I'll send you what I can get.
Yes,
but
ma'am.
I can't let this case go. But I will. I am looking into others as you are, which is good. Takes our mind away. We need a break. You know, we need a break. Yeah, for sure. But we always come back. We just don't forget.
Absolutely. And I do appreciate you, the kind words that you shared here with us tonight here on the air. God bless you, man. Lock them doors. Stay busy.
I love you. I love you. And you know what? You don't worry about these people out there talking crap. You just take care of you.
Yeah,
okay?
No doubt.
Right. I love you, T.
And God bless you. He said, but why remove his shoes? Can someone explain why they want everyone to think he left without shoes? Is there a reason? Just curious because I figured they just forgot his shoes. It's kind of like know whether she has shoes on or not. It feels like 951. What's going on? You're live.
T.
What's going on?
It's Sal.
Oh wow, Sal from the
Sal. How you doing, buddy?
What's going on, Sal? It's a long time no talk.
Yeah. Give me. Well, we'll talk. Right now, this thing got me sick. This whole fucking thing. You tell me, what father in his right mind would want people to stop looking for his son?
No.
What type of a person would go on internet shows crying, "I just want my boy back. I just want my boy back," and then turn around and knife you? What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
How could you do that? And to send a cease and desist letter over a missing kid? What judge is gonna do that? We're putting his name out there because they want to help find him. It's fucking bullshit. And all the negative you're feeling,
yeah,
it's with this guy. It's with the guns. With this, he's nothing but. I never liked him. There was always something about him that made me always think, there's something phony about this guy. And I was right. This fat fuck, I was right. He's nothing but a piece of shit. And I hope he's listening.
Oh, I seen his troll account in here earlier. Well, at least the name of his email when he sent some emails. The same exact name, ironically, which is weird, but I have no idea. Papa Sal's funny.
Yeah, give me a call tomorrow. I didn't want to go
funny. I'm over here dying. Go.
I didn't want to go on the show right now, but it was bugging me what they're doing, what he's doing to you. This slob of a fucking man, what he's doing to you is driving me crazy. So if you get a chance tomorrow, buddy, give me a call.
Yeah,
You got my number.
I'll give you a ring, Papa.
Yeah, call me tomorrow.
I'll give you a ring.
And we'll talk.
Yeah,
but listen, don't let this guy get you, man. He's a phony fuck. I'm telling you, he's a phony fuck. He's a backstabbing. He's out for himself. Notice all the girls he's affiliated with are all, girls that he thinks he's gonna get.
That's where I think that's where the separation it came, because
it all went to his head. It all went to his head. There goes a guy living in this fucking trailer, and one day he's on top of the world. Everybody's feeling sorry for him. Oh, Seth, we love you, Seth, and this and that. And it went to his head. He's a fucking slob. A fucking slob. And I'm sorry, I'm cursing a lot, but he just gets me.
Yeah, good. This is the public, man. People don't. This is why what people were trying to tell me, you need to correct people and tell people how they need to speak. Well, we've never did that here on here. I mean, you were here, what, a year and a half ago? Did we ever stop or tell people how to talk? No.
That's why I feel comfortable on your show. I've always felt comfortable because you've always let me be me. And some people I know in the chats don't like the cursing, and I'm sorry, but it's just the way I am.
That's why I tell people, be yourself when you call in. And I could never, again, that's what and him or not him, but actually Tony was like, you need to correct people and tell people, well, what can I correct? If I hear something that is false, I can correct them. But if I can't prove that it's false or true, I can't correct them. That's their theories, their speculation, and their right to opinion. I can't tell people how to talk or what to talk about. And again, I can't control narratives either, and I won't. My channel's never been that, and I never will turn it to that. And I wouldn't change it for Tony, especially if I'm not gonna change it for myself.
Now, who's Tony?
Tony was the PR guy that he had, or that he has. That's
I think that guy's nothing but a fat slob too. I think he got into his head somehow. Is that the guy you're talking about? His public speaker?
Yes. Yep. That's the dude I'm talking about.
That's the guy that got in his head. Oh man. I could spend a lot of time talking about this, but I don't want to take up much of your time.
No, and another thing is this is, for me, it's, suck the energy right out.
Don't let it. Don't let it. You didn't do nothing wrong. You're looking for his son. That's what gets me. You're looking for, if my son was missing and you were helping me look for my son, I would come there and kiss your feet. I would do anything for you to help me find my son. I have a son, I have a grandson, and God forbid anybody ever fuck with them, boy. Let me tell you.
Papa Sal. Coming in with that raw, real rugged, real talk.
You're doing the right thing. Do your show the way you do your show, and don't stop with this kid, because this kid is innocent. He needs our help.
You're right. We needed. Yeah, we definitely. I see chat saying we needed this. Yeah, no doubt. Papa Sal bringing. I don't know. I feel like Papa Sal's restoring my energy of I don't give a fuck, and we're gonna do what we do.
Good. That's what the phone call's all about, pal. Let him do it. You just do it, and be strong, like you say. Rev Gang strong.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do it.
Absolutely. Well, Papa Sal, I do appreciate you calling in, man. I will shoot you a call tomorrow or whenever. What did you say?
Anytime.
All right, I'll shoot you one, and I'll talk to you soon, and we'll get together.
All right.
All
All
right.
right, buddy.
Yeah, no doubt, brother.
Take care, everybody. Everybody in
Absolutely.
chat.
Absolutely. Papa Sal. Up in the whole room, we love you. Wow. I ain't talked to Papa Sal in a long time. It's been a very long time. I feel like but it's still, again, he cracked me up though. I do gotta say that. Yeah. 209, what's on your mind? Talk to me. Can you hear me?
Yeah. T-REV?
Yes, ma'am. How are you doing?
I'm good. This is Angela from California.
Angela from California. You live. Talk to me.
Yes, it's Angela Blackman. Hey, I saw something today on Terry Lynn's chat or whatever, and I don't know if this is true or not, or if anybody else saw it, but somebody in her chat had said that Chris and Katie have faith for now. Has anybody heard anything about that?
Chris and Katie have faith for now?
Yeah, have her at the house.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah, somebody had said something about that in Terry Lynn's thing, and I was just wondering if anybody else has heard about that, or and I just thought that was kind of crazy if that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. I personally have no clue.
Yeah.
First time somebody said they heard it. I'm looking at chat to see because I haven't heard that. That's a rumor. That's the rumor.
Yep, it's a rumor. But I just thought I would let you know about that.
That's weird.
Because I know that nobody has said anything about it. So
yeah, that's weird.
But I really liked Papa Saul. What a nice guy.
Yeah.
And I totally agree with him. With everything he said. You do you, and we got to find Sebastian, but we need to move on too. So
yeah.
And my gut feeling is, it's been so long, and I just think the worst that he is not with us anymore, and we just need to find him and bring him home and put him to rest and all that stuff. So, but I just wanted to call and tell you that, and congratulations on the boys. I'm very excited for you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It'll be a fun-filled summer.
It will. You'll have a great time.
Hungry teens, they're gonna be ready to go around, and my boys already like, man, I want to help you do what you do. I was like, all right, we'll talk about it.
Yeah. I know.
He goes, I want to help save people. I was like, wow.
Well, that's good. I know. In fact, that reminds me, when I was listening to Terry Lynn, she was out searching and putting up signs and stuff, and handing out brochures, and there was this little girl in the park, and she goes, well, where is he? What happened to him? Just a little one, not that old. And it just broke my heart when she said that, and hers too, because nobody knows. And she was young enough that she didn't really understand.
Yeah.
So,
interesting.
But anyway, I will let you go so somebody else can call in, and I will lock my doors and stay vigilant.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. Definitely do that.
Okay.
Lock your door.
Love to you.
Out because I lock my door so much. I'd be like, damn, why'd you lock me out? I don't know. It's just, I'm used to doing that.
I don't know. I've got one of those locks with the numbers on it. So, once you close it, you are locked.
Yeah. You got to put your little keypad in, right?
Exactly.
Well,
okay, T-REV, take care.
God bless you, man. You said that's on Sebastian and discussion CP ball. Oh, okay, I got you. That would make a little bit more sense. So you can have. I'm not sure. How that works, Luna. I am not sure how that works. Did law enforcement check into KP's EFF? I heard she had Sebastian's age and wasn't at the house shortly after he went missing. Is it possible she has Sebastian? I don't know. Sure, it is possible. 813 on with me. What are your thoughts on everything that you're seeing in the community surrounding Sebastian, especially these? I know it's probably been the number one topic today. Cease and desist. It's probably nerve-wracking at this point.
Well, no, that part doesn't bother me. The cease and desist is just silly. I mean, it's
Jolie.
not meant to. Yes, hi. It's not meant to be silly, but it really is a silly subject. But what I wanted to tell you is I think that Seth was authentically looking for his son and authentically upset. And what we saw in the beginning was authentic. But then Tony, this is just my alleged opinion, looked at Seth and said, cash cow, cash cow. The world's eyes are on him, and it'll be easy to make money there because this whole thing is turned into money now. And I think that's where your energy is draining. I mean, even I feel it, and I'm always positive. I feel a little bit of energy loss. However, Papa Sal reminded us that the reality is, no, we haven't done anything wrong. We're doing what's right. And it's sad that I hear you say he tried to control your channel. Probably he didn't like us all praying on here, me especially. You know, I'm a big offender for that. But we're authentic. We're the real deal on this channel.
Before you say anything else, Bishop, I will say that Papa Sal calling in and dropping the way he just dropped in, I don't know what it was. It's like God sent them to wake me the up out of this energy that I was feeling, because it just, when he just came on and spoke, and I'm just being straightforward at this point, like he just restored everything back in me.
I'm so glad
That everything
yeah,
that he just,
he's like a
Papa Sal was
grandfather.
here. Papa Sal was here, Idaho 4. So that's taken back 2 years, 2022, November. Yeah, he just restored that for me. He just restored that energy back in me, that I don't give a fuck energy. Let's go ahead and push it. Excuse my language, by the way. But that's the energy that he just restored. It's weird. It's weird how that just happened.
Well, he's a grandfather image, and he's lived a long life, and he knows what's reality and what isn't. And his heart was full of compassion for you because you got pushed around.
I put myself in that position though. You know, so sometimes you gotta take ownership for putting yourself in positions and just own up to it. It just is what it is. Sometimes you gotta be that person. Yeah, I know people are looking like you got used, your community was used, and blah 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 blah. And we did push it, but I also, you know, I offered those things, and that's what I did. So I feel like me going back on it, like, damn, I was, you know, I got pushed around. I could have stopped it at any time. Also, so I want people to see that side of it also.
Well, you're right, and you're commendable for that. But when you're doing the right thing and you're showing love to somebody, your guard's down. You're not expecting something not loving to come back at you. But anyway, that's the past. You've recovered beautifully, by the way, and you moved on. So we're going to keep that positive energy flowing back through you. But I think that it's a shame. It's a real shame. It's like when a guy wins the lottery and he's been poor forever and ever. They just don't know what to do. They don't know how to invest or hold on to it. It's all blown. Well, that's kind of what happened here. You know, Tony saw a gold mine and Seth never saw it coming. That's my opinion. And now he looks alone, except for the only person is like the wolf in his little house is the only person left that he's got. It's sad, but our focus is on Sebastian. And you have done right by Sebastian from day one, and you will always do right by him. And if getting a new case is going to keep us all balanced and share time with Sebastian, that's an excellent idea. But you know me, I'm all about love, light, and healing. And I'm an empath as well. I bleed. My heart bleeds when I see suffering.
And there's been wonderful ideas in here tonight, especially with one of the callers that called in and said, hey, how much space do you have down at the bottom? Can you put names of missing persons down there? Absolutely.
Brilliant idea.
There's space down there for sure. And we could definitely run at least 15, possibly to 30 different names down at the bottom of missing people. So yeah, there is that space for that.
Yes. The other day, I was watching another creator. I'm not going to say any names, and the viciousness, my stomach just flopped, and I was like, "That's why I only watch T-REV and the family of T-REV, because we really are united in mind, body, and soul. I mean, we really are as a unit, and we're not all the same. We have everybody on the spectrum." Everybody that believes in a million different ways, yet we're united out of mutual charity,
right,
and hope, and respect. We have respect for you. We have respect for each other, and we all want to see good come upon the earth. Your whole motto of light and love, that is so attractive in a dark world. You cannot lose that focus. And voice for the voiceless. That is so important, because if you and us don't speak out for these voiceless people, children, babies, and adults, they'll never be heard.
You're right.
You are so anointed. God has anointed you so strongly for this purpose, and that's why he separated you from the crowd, just like he did King David, and he put you over here, and he's like, nope, you're not getting in the fray. This is not about popularity. It's not about clicks, not about money. You have one purpose, and that is to bring attention to people who can't be heard without your help and our help.
Yeah.
And you cannot be distracted from that. You're doing so beautifully.
Right.
And thank God for people like Mary, Miss Rose, Papa Sal, all these other people. There's so many that are in this channel that if you, like, you're like a ping pong ball. If you start to bounce too far to the left or the right, we're going to get the paddle and say, back to the middle. We're just protecting you with our spirit and our prayers and our motherhood.
Mm-hmm. You're right. You're absolutely right. And it was just me. And when I say like the things, the energy that I'm feeling, it's the energy of, it must be all the negative, like people were saying in chat. But in general, I'm not looking at it though. That's the thing. So I'm feeling, I don't know what it is, but I do feel like something bad's going to happen. That hasn't changed. And I started feeling that when I had first got here. When I first got into Tennessee, I started feeling something bad through my soul. As a person, I can't explain it because I'm not a medium. I'm not a psychic. I don't ever claim to be anything like that. But I felt something bad is going to happen through my soul. And it's been happening every time that I cover this. Yesterday, when I covered little Maya, I didn't feel that at all. And then it was just like when Papa Sal called, and it was like that was lifted off of me for some reason. It was weird.
Praise God. But you're so genuine, and your heart is pure. And the bad thing you knew was going to happen was you ran into something that was like a wall of greed and ugly. And that's an absolute opposite to your pure soul. So don't worry about it. We've got your back. And thank you, Sal. Papa Sal, thank you so much that you came into this chat room and fathered our buddy. And I feel like a mother, but I feel like you're a grandfather figure for him. Thank you. Please keep your eye on him and come in here and inspire him when he needs it. And I'm going to pray for you, continue to pray. And I've been on even in the middle of the night when you're on that paralegal thing. Oh, by the way, paranormal. I did send my number finally to you, so check your email.
Yes,
you can
ma'am.
call me when you get time.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
The other thing, I get on that Discord. I have no idea how to use it, but I'm going to figure it out. I keep going at it, so don't worry about me. But let's pray if it's okay.
Yes, absolutely.
And I realize you make yourself vulnerable when you let us pray on this channel, because it's not everywhere that you can do that. So from the bottom of my heart, thank you for letting me do the gift that I have to offer.
And
Lord
I love
Jesus,
that. So let's go ahead.
Okay, put your holy anointing upon T-REV, and like you did David, the little shepherd boy, and you made a king. I know in my spirit that I can see You have handpicked this young man, this wonderful, pure soul, to do this job. But you need to put angels around him, and you need to put a fortified city and put the armor from Ephesians, the breastplate of righteousness, the helmet of salvation, and the sword of truth in his hand, that he will always be able to defeat whatever fiery dart comes at him, because you have equipped him and armored him up for this job. But I want to pray also for all the people that are listening, because I know there's so many different pains, disappointments, heartbreaks, abuse, things that you've suffered. Maybe it's a spouse that just isn't caring or has been unfaithful. I know there's so much pain out there. There's many Sebastians and Mayas and Summerwells families, all of that out there. And I know that it's our worldly attitude tells us to hide it, hide it. Well, don't hide it. Let God come in and open your heart and let him heal it. And if you're in a situation that's dangerous, then you've got to be protecting yourself. You've got to get out. You've got to get help some way, somehow. I will pray that God will deliver you from a dangerous situation. And God forbid you're contemplating ending your life. That is the work of evil. Do not ever, ever give up. I don't care how deep you are in a hole. I don't care how much may have fallen on you. You may be in a muddy pit and think, I've done too much wrong. I've done too much evil, or too much bad has happened to me. That's not true. Everything can be made beautiful. God actually said scarlet can be made as white as a bleacher whiting of something. Do not give up, ever, ever, ever. And I will pray, and I pray every day for this audience. You are the family that I don't have anymore, other than my children and my husband. All my relatives have vanished. So you are my family. You're my children. You're my friends. You're my elders. And I love you all. And I will pray for you and pray for you and pray for me. And we're going to keep this going, and we're going to be the voice for the voiceless. And God bless you, Lord Jesus, for Trev's wisdom and knowledge that you gave him to do this channel. Please bless Papa Sal, Miss Mary, Miss Rose, all the people that have called in. I don't know all the names, but I love them all, and I thank you for them. Holy God, we love you, and we're sorry for what we do that's hurtful. And let us be good all the time. Amen.
Amen. There you go, Miss Jolie. I appreciate that. That was a good one.
Thank you.
That was a good one.
Thank you. And keep up that good spirit. All the negative energy has been vanished out of this chat. So I love you. Have a good night.
I can't explain how that happened, but it is. That shit raised up out of my soul and like flew out the window. I'm not even joking.
That's what support
that shit
team
flew
is.
up out the soul and out the window. That's what happened in the last 20 minutes.
Good. Adios.
Crazy. It's crazy. Miss Jolie, thank you. I do want to say
you're welcome.
Thank you so much for being a light here on the show. And you know, I remember seeing one day I peeped somewhere and they were like, Miss Jolie, you haven't seen Miss Jolie in there with T-REV no more. Well, Miss Jolie is here strong. And Miss Jolie, you are sent from God, and I appreciate you calling in, praying. And I do know that you are a good heart and you do care. So thank you for being that light here on the show. God bless you. I can't wait to hear from
And the
you.
same to you, honey. And give me a call when you can. Love you. Bye-bye.
Absolutely. Love you back, my friend. He is absolutely an angel sent from heaven. That's a fact. Miss Jolie is an angel sent from heaven. Jen says, T-REV man of the hour with all the power. You know how to get to the truth. Just be the voice. Thank you for supporting the channel. I appreciate you guys. And amen. Absolutely. Amen. Miss Jolie came in and rocked it. Papa Sal done woke me up out of I don't know. I feel like I was being drained. But who knows? It doesn't matter no more. It doesn't matter. It really doesn't. Let me open this up. You did nothing wrong. Everything you did was in hopes of. That's all we ever want. That is an absolute fact. 507 sent from heaven. How you doing tonight? 365, you're live.
Hey, it's me calling back. Sorry.
Man, It's okay. I mean, if you get through, you get through.
Oh man, Sister Jolie's wonderful. I love her so much. And Papa Saul was great. I keep thinking of Call Saul when I hear him talk. But anyway, I wanted to say a couple of things. One,
talk to us.
We have the power to turn the energy around. God gave us that power. For two of us or more are together, whether you believe or not in faith, what have you, we still have the power within us to turn this around. And Saul is a good example of that. You saw how it is. So any of us out here that are empaths or what have you, that are having headaches, body aches, nausea, any of the things that are negative, clear it. You can do it. And we can do it with God's help. We can do it with each other. And if we do it as a collective, it will clear. And I just ask one thing to help change the energy tonight. And that is everybody on here in chat, just load up the system with green hearts and let's see what happens just for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Just for a few minutes. And that's it. That's all I had to say.
That's your request? What, load the chat up with green hearts.
Yep. Change the energy, man. That's it. All of it collected.
Yeah, let's go Braves. Yeah, I love it. I love the Braves, man. Wow. I seen some people saying that. Miss Mary, she's requesting loading the chat up with green hearts. I'd like to see it. Load it up. Definitely load it up. Wow. You're already doing it. Boom, boom.
We need to know that we've got control over the energy and that the negative energy, it just can't stay with us. We've got to turn it around and put it towards Sebastian.
So I thought I was the only one feeling that type of energy, but maybe I wasn't. Maybe I'm surprised by everyone in here that felt that.
I tell you for days, and I've seen other people too. Thank you guys. This is awesome. I got goosebumps. I've seen other people who are real empathic having real problems with their energy too. And by the way, one of the letters went to Canada for the cease and desist, and we got news for you. You can't cross borders. So
went to Canada.
Yep.
To who?
Well, the creator that I was telling you about that wanted who wanted to get in touch with you. She got a letter.
Oh wow, interesting. Well, ignore it.
Oh yeah, it doesn't even hold water in Canada. So anyway, it was just a distraction. So thank you guys for loading up the chat for Sebastian, showing Sebastian strong, and let the energy fly. Love, love, love.
You're right.
Love you guys.
You're right. Love you back, Miss Mary. Thank you for calling and we appreciate you. Miss Mary, I see people talking about, damn, he's over here, over there. Let me see something real quick. What are people talking about here? Oh, I see. Boom. That's a lot of green. A lot of green. Love it. Love that energy. 865 fishing queen. Oh, hey. Pim. Damn, there's a lot of load it up. Let me open this too. Load it up. Tomorrow, again at 6 p.m. Michaela will be coming on. She did a lot of work in Sebastian's case and that people don't know about. And you've seen her getting dragged through the mud. And she has a lot to talk about. 507 sent from heaven. How you doing tonight?
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can. I'm sorry. I'm going to turn my TV down.
No, you're okay. Take your time.
Okay, I turned it down, but please please, because I don't know what the hell is going on with this whole situation. I mean, it just floors me. I don't ever even call in. I'm afraid to, but I did twice. The second time you made me feel better, at first, because she's a phony mother.
Right.
What the hell is going on that is doing that? I mean, you've been truthful to it. As far as I'm concerned, please don't be a phony.
Right.
I mean, really. And I don't know if everything's going to go off about this, but when the truth comes out, you need to come on and explain it.
Right.
Because there's something so phony about this. I can't believe it. And I do like the one that they say prayers on your station, okay? I believe, but I don't follow every religion, but I believe for myself, you know?
Right.
So, anyway, please be real, okay? Because I've been following this, and it just makes me sick.
Yeah, it's
I
crazy.
do like that Papa guy, and I mean, you know, Christian people, yeah, I feel that I believe, but, you know, sometimes some religions, they'll turn you off right away.
Right.
Because you can't judge who's going to go to hell and who ain't. You're not God, you know. I don't mean to say it like that, you know, but I'm glad that they pray, you know. I can't pray like they pray, but I communicate with the Lord through me, through myself with him, but whatever. I mean, you know, believe what you want, you know, like UFOs. Well, if there are UFOs, God created them. That's how I see it. And I couldn't follow your other channel because I tried to figure it out, but it was very loud and I couldn't really understand what you were hearing because, you know, I'm sorry about that. I wanted to, but I
it
couldn't.
happens. I mean, it's not for everybody, you know. It's
No, but I believe in that kind of stuff, you
No, I
know.
hear you. It's just
I believe anything's possible.
It's
What?
like no, that's my other channel's not for everybody. You got to be.
I know, and that's why, because that first time I tried it, like, it ain't making no sense to me. So, but if you get something out of it, that's good, okay? I'm not saying that, you know, it's not possible.
Oh no, I've been doing.
I believe in
for
anything.
years. That we've been doing that for years. In fact, Gary Galka, he's been going through a lot of my work and is actually pretty surprised. He was actually blown away by it, and to hear that somebody of that caliber in the paranormal field was impressed with my work, I was like, damn, okay. But
well, how did you learn to realize that? I mean,
very young age, growing up in a haunted house, growing up in a place where people died and were all over. You know, that's where I noticed certain things. You know, I was young. It was at a very young age too. So
yeah, well, I believe that, but do you believe that when I was really young, I always swore I'd been someplace before and I ain't never been there. So I don't even get that, but I swear by it, you know, but whatever. But I swear by a lot of things because I think whoever created all of this, which I call the Lord, God, whatever,
right.
It ain't for us to figure out. That's what I think. I think we should just be grateful for living every day and enjoy it. You know, it's a grand thing. I think even though there's so much ugliness, you know, there is, and it's sad, and it makes me really sad lately because I don't know what this world's coming to. People don't care about people or what? So that's why if this thing is a hoax, I'll be so pissed off.
If it's a hoax, like what, like Carly Russell? You remember Carly Russell, where she was like, I forget what it was, but with Carly Russell, I guess she faked her own kidnapping.
Oh yeah,
that would have to be done by said person, though. So I don't know.
I know, but like, what's going on with you? I hope that ain't fake. I mean, do you get it? Because it's gonna break my heart.
Yeah, no.
Because you did, to me, you put a lot of time into it.
There'd be a lot of people in trouble if it was fake.
What now?
I said it would be a lot of people would be in trouble if it was fake.
Yeah, so I'm hoping you stick it out because something's going on here. Regardless, you can't just forget that, like, this never existed.
Well, that's kind of what happens with some cases as they go cold.
Yeah, well, then 20 or 30 years down the road, when I'm way gone, I'll never know, will I? Makes me mad. It makes me angry. But you have a lot of good. I love watching your channel, so I'm sorry, and now it's the third time I've called, so I'm sorry, but
no, it's okay. You're more than welcome to call whenever you want. I appreciate you. And thank
No,
you.
but I appreciate you. Please don't be fake. You're not fake, are you?
No, man. I'm me.
Yeah.
I'm me. You either like me or you hate me. One of the two.
Well, I like you, and I'm glad you're getting your kids.
Yeah.
And I hope you have a new girlfriend. I hope it's the best for you.
Thank you.
There are a lot of sickos out there, so just be wary.
Yeah, you got to be wary about the sickos because they are prowling. They get away with shit all the time. 2-3 year prison sentences, get back out, keep destroying families over and over again. Kind of like the Madeline Soto case with that sick bastard, Stephen Stearns.
Yes,
That sick bastard.
I didn't even stick around for the outcome. I don't know. To me, her mother was phony.
Yeah.
You know,
like, you talk about Jen. Yep.
For sure. You know, like if she knew her daughter, you know, I don't know. I didn't see how that's coming out.
Right.
It was like that Riley case too. And wasn't that it? The boy that drowned?
Oh, Riley Strain. We covered that here too. That was another case where it was crazy at first. I didn't know if he was going to be found, but then he ended up being found right in the river. So
what come of that? Because the last thing I heard was they were saying it was foul play or some damn thing.
I don't know. It's hard to say whether it was foul play or not. They say, he drowned, but I don't know. I
don't know either.
It may be foul play. To be honest with you, the dude was walking. We seen him on camera walk right by that officer, and once he walked by him, what happened? Next thing you know, he's gone, vanished.
Well, what about? I heard they were suing his maternity brothers or whatever.
I haven't seen it. I'd have to go and look.
Oh my God! Then I don't know.
We've been checking that. We've been checking this out since then. So. But I appreciate.
Yeah, well, I'd stay with that, okay?
I hope you have a blessed.
And I felt bad about that little girl too, where the father and his whatever, and you know how he hit her and shit like that when she's in the back seat, and then they stayed someplace and they put her up in the ceiling. You know who I'm talking about, right?
No, I don't.
Oh my God!
I've seen so many of that.
Well,
I don't know if I know what you're talking about on that one.
Okay, well, anyway, I'm sorry. I just do appreciate you.
What?
So if my kid ever comes up missing, I don't got a pot to piss in, but it won't be a joke. So if you'd help me, that'd be great.
Well, we're here.
That's not even funny.
I hope you have a blessed night. You make sure you lock your doors, stay vigilant, and thank you for being a voice. Shout out to her. Shout out to her. Ignore the ugly, yes. And with the beautiful, ignore the ugly. I see that. I love your paranormal channel. You know we go in over there. It was lit last night. It sure was. It definitely was for sure. To chat. I doubt it. No. 813.
Well, hello, T-REV. This is Butterfly Kisses.
What's going on, Butterfly Kisses? You were live on air.
I have been calling for a while. But anyway, I have a flip. Yeah, finally. A lot of people's probably not going to agree with me, but I was thinking of all the things that have come out. If you remember back on how the Bower Sox treated Nina, think about the things that Seth has asked you. I don't want to bring up, past whatever, but
for sure.
And then him going to Texas, if that's where he's at.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That's why I was asking where did that come from.
I don't know, but thinking about all of that, what if Seth is being threatened by the Bower Sox?
Well, wouldn't you just come out and show that? If you're being threatened by somebody, wouldn't you go to the? I mean, wouldn't you come out about it? I don't know. I just find that to be.
I don't know. Maybe not. If they are threatening, if they know where Sebastian is at, and they are threatening to do away with him if he is still alive, which I hope so. But this was just my thoughts on some of the things that has happened in the last week or two.
Yeah. I don't know about being threatened though I would only know that if that was put out.
I mean, because I know that if
That's another one.
My child was being threatened, I would keep my mouth shut too.
So I
And I
don't
would
know
try
if
to
he's
keep everybody from talking about it.
being threatened.
I mean, just go back to Nina though, and how she was treated.
It's Britney Spears. I don't know. What I've only seen that one time. The interview with Nina was what? I'm trying to remember how long it was. We watched it here one time in full.
Yeah.
And of course, I hear about it more from other people like you that call in and we'll talk about it. But
well, it's just thoughts that I've had from the beginning anyway. And my thoughts have always been on the Bowersox had something to do with it.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. People have their opinions on that with the Bowersox.
Right.
Again, I don't know them.
I mean, not that he would be in Alaska, but I mean, they could have taken him somewhere, just wherever. But I don't know.
Yeah, right. You could just call TBI, like some people are saying in chat, if he was being. I mean,
well, yeah, but if they're threatening to do something to Sebastian, if he didn't stop all of it because we were getting too close to CP and KP, which the ones I think are guilty.
Mm-hmm. CP and KP.
How she's always trying to protect her son.
Yeah, for me, I don't think that Seth knows where Sebastian is or anything to that magnitude. I don't think so. I mean, look at the last known facts. He was seen proof of life at Texas Roadhouse. Then he allegedly got home at 6:39 p.m. that night. Law enforcement say that he took the trash out. That's what they put out to the public. That's what they put out to all of us. So you take those facts right there. If law enforcement is saying he made it home, then I have to believe that he made it home until law enforcement is proven wrong. So with law enforcement,
yeah, I believe that he made it home, and I also believe that Seth doesn't know where he's at. But what I'm saying though is maybe the Bowersox do.
Alaska.
And they're threatening Seth to get everybody quiet about it because some are getting close to figuring out where he is.
Well, I don't know about because again, I don't feel like when I was around Seth that I was close to figuring out where Sebastian was. Everybody was just coming up with the plan of places that should be searched, and of course, I heard about all of it because I was right there. So, but when it comes back to my thoughts on it, there's nothing, because when we went to the vigil, there's no police there. I found it weird that there was no police at that vigil. There's no reward out. Those are the things that stand out to me. So with there being no reward out, no police showing up at the vigil, do they know where he's at? Because it's just mighty weird to me that not one law enforcement officer was at the vigil. Not one penny is put up for him. It was said that there was $3,500 put out, but that I heard that was never there in the first place. So
right, and that's what I believe, though. That's what makes me think that the Bowersox are involved with all of their connections.
Crazy.
It is crazy.
I think the Bowersox are heavily involved. I see people saying that in chat. Some people.
Yes, I believe so.
I've never met them. Only time I've ever seen them or heard about them was from emails, and obviously, allegedly, she pulled up during that time when, or in the morning when they were searching, or allegedly was there before.
And think about too how
allegedly.
Yeah, think about too though how Chris gets so angry when you talk about his mother.
I think he's dang, that's crazy. Yeah, he does get angry when he talk about his mother. What was it on Web?
Yes, he does.
Was it Web Sluice when he went off about that?
Yes, he went off on Seth. That's
what I thought. I thought it was on. I thought he went off on there. Yeah, he did go off on Seth. I'm trying to remember everything that was talking.
Yes, he did.
It was a long stream that they were talking. I'm just trying to remember everything. I remember, what was it? What do you call it? Web sluts or something like that?
Sluice. Yeah, Web Sluice.
No, he called him Web
I think her name is Trisha.
Didn't Chris call him Web sluts or something like that? I swear he did.
Yeah. Yeah, he did.
Damn. Like it got that crazy to where names, and I think it was on that release phone call and that phone call I don't think should have ever been released.
Right. But that, I mean, that just showed his true colors. I mean, that was the interview that did actually show his true colors, especially towards Seth.
Well, this shit's crazy. It's crazy. All the fighting with people. There's so much fighting going on at that point. In this case, or in this point, at the point that we are at in this case, there's so much fighting going on that Sebastian's being overlooked and not even looked for. In general, you got one person that I see out. The rest, nothing is going on the search for this boy. You're not hearing any updates from law enforcement. Everything's unraveling, it seems like, and then when it dies down, what is looking?
Yeah, but I think that the reason that the LE's not saying anything is because they are having to look at everybody, not just KP or CP or Seth, but I'm talking Bower Sox, other family members, things like that, because there could be more people involved.
They never cleared any, and that stands out to me too, because cases that I follow, they clear people. This person's clear, that person's clear. Here, they never have.
Right, almost immediately, and usually it's the parents or where the child lives is the first ones that they clear.
It's just super weird that no one in this case has been cleared, and everybody has to keep an open mind to that, because usually they do clear people. And if he was taken by somebody, then that would be out there too, like an unknown vehicle and things to that nature that we've heard over and over again, especially with this misinformation that has been put out.
Well,
and we tried to tell Seth that, look, this person is a problem for you regardless.
I said that. Yeah, when he started getting rid of all the reputable professional people and then hired in Tony, I said, Seth, you messing up.
Well, regardless of the fact, Sebastian has to be found and shouldn't be affected by all these different things. And the best thing to do is to keep, pushing his face out there. Again, it's hard to do that with no information. We sit here, we discuss these theories. Shit is brewing up with negativity with people, and the best thing for people to do is to ignore that and keep the discussion of Sebastian up.
Exactly.
Keep the discussion of Sebastian up. Don't, the negativity with the people are running good folks off this case who actually care. And I don't mean good folks as in creators. I actually mean good folks as in people who are there, who have supported, who have pushed and wake up every single day looking for them.
Yep,
I agree. Sebastian, not only just looking for Sebastian, but most of the people that I've seen within this case have followed cases like Summer Wells or cases like the Idaho 4.
I was under a different name, but I've been around you since Kylie Rodney.
Interesting.
Yeah, I was under my real name.
Interesting. I didn't know that. I do now, though. I do now, though.
Yeah, I didn't try to call in or didn't chat much, but I was there.
It happens.
And I've actually been on YouTube since the West Boys. So
the West Boys.
Yeah.
Some people have told me about that case too.
Yeah, Orrin and Orson. Yep.
Sick feeling.
Yep, it took them 3 years to figure that out too, but they arrested the parents on that.
And that's why I'm saying in this case, in Summer Wells' case, and all the cold cases, don't give up faith.
That's right.
Because
don't give up.
There's always something where someone slips up. So the perpetrator or whoever's responsible for the disappearance of Sebastian, you can best believe that they will slip up somewhere along the line.
Oh yeah, it'll always come out.
And I do believe
the dark will always come to light.
My feeling is in the Sebastian case is that it is foul play. That is my feeling that I get.
Mine too.
I mean, come on now.
I have
literally it's nowhere seen. If you go through this neighborhood like I have, I've seen what this neighborhood looks like in person. And it's not a cheapy beepy neighborhood. Like, these are decent houses, and people that live in this neighborhood, you can guarantee that they're going to protect their house, whether it's putting cameras up, etc. So the fact that there's no way I could believe that this kid left this house and was able to duck all these different cameras along the way out of the neighborhood.
Right. Well, I live in Florida, and we have communities like that here everywhere. And there is cameras on every corner. So, yeah, I don't believe that. I don't believe that there was no cameras. Unless Katie shut them all down.
I have no idea. But I do appreciate you calling in. Thank you, ma'am. I hope you have a blessed night. Make sure you lock them doors. And I'm always going to say it. Stay vigilant. Love and light to you, friend. Yeah, I don't know about that, loved ones. It's weird. I have no idea. I truly believe that the landfills need to be searched again. He left the house alive, but ended up deceased in a landfill. Well, I mean, allegedly they searched the wrong landfill. That's the information that I gathered when I had first got here. I was being told that they searched the wrong landfill and that they didn't even search the correct one. So what would be the correct landfill? It seems out here things are a little bit different. In Tennessee, you have to go through these separate trash companies. Like, I don't get it. I personally don't get it. I don't think I ever will. It's a little bit different than states that I've been in. You have helped me more than anyone, KK says, and was a good friend to Seth. It bothers me he has backstabbed you for trying to help. It makes no sense at all. Again, I have no idea. As soon as I arrived here, KK, I felt like I was being looked at as an enemy. And some of those things didn't add up to what I learned when I got here. And that's just that. I'm not trying to put anyone down that don't want to. We moved on from that. And it keeps being talked about. We keep getting hit with these weird letters and things of that nature. You know, I've been around for a minute too. DC says, I agree. Sasha Johnson, the West Boys was beyond heartbreaking. Who else we got? Jesus, please heal all who are feeling ill. Amen. Absolutely. Tell them to sue the spirits. Oh, damn. You're crazy, Rich. It sounds to me like they murdered him and don't want anyone talking, so they think it'll go away and they won't get caught and collect insurance. But what insurance? I mean, from what we heard and when we asked Seth on the channel, what was it, Gerber? They only had Gerber at the time, and that was it. So if there was any other insurance policy, it would have to be on the other end. I don't know about, KP and CP at all, besides what they have told us as the public. That's it. Chris has faith. Somebody's talking about, or Sweet Tea said, Chris has faith until July 25th. I don't know how with the missing child. Pray for her, please. A suspect shouldn't be around kids. I don't know if this is what people are saying. That's a rumor. You said it made your stomach turn. That's the rumor. I don't know if that's true. I'm just seeing this in chats when people are talking about faith is with Chris, etc. I don't know. I have no idea. That's the first I'm hearing of it. Not from that comment, but being live tonight is the first time me hearing it. Kind of blown away. The soul will haunt the head, nowhere to run and hide from the truth. Paula D says, the soul will haunt the head. I think you should send Seth a C&D letter because now he is talking trash about you on allegedly with Brittany. Well, I mean, that's on him. I'm not gonna play his game. I'm not gonna play his game. That's okay. He can say whatever he wants. That's fine. He can. That's a different game that he's trying to play, and I'm good on that game. I don't know how that works, babe. Yeah, well, you send a cease and desist and then talk shit. I mean, it is what it is. Again, I have no idea what's going on with that. I believe you said you really believe that law enforcement has more video. So do I, and that's been my speculation, is that they have something that shows them something else. Maybe even him going down the driveway or going out that front door. Maybe that's what Chris means by Seth knows the truth. I have no idea, Cynthia, but that's a good point. And I really do believe they possibly have more video. And if they had more video, maybe they did have him walking out the front door. But you think that they would tell you that. and not, it just doesn't make sense. Law enforcement's not saying, hey, he walked out the front door and we seen him walk down the steps out and past the grass or down the driveway and he took a left. You don't hear that. You don't hear that whatsoever. When they searched the Kentucky landfill, why did they have tarps up hiding the search area? I don't know. I have no idea. Right. Crimes. You're right. Who cares who's talking shit? It's weird. I'm actually, I'm definitely unbothered. It's over with. It's been over. It has been over with. Like I said, when Papa Sal just called in tonight, I'm good. Renewed faith. He's grabbing the shows. He just wants the body to claim the insurance. Nobody, no claim. He said, T-REV, I just went to Nina's page, supposed to be for the summer, someone asked. So they're just speculating that he's there or that she's there for the summer? Huh. I just don't like it. Again, I'm not, it is what it is. If that's what's going on, it is. Let him. We're past it. Been past it. He's explaining. I don't care. Who cares? I mean, let him do what he's going to do. Let him do what he's going to do, Steph said you were a good friend and he wouldn't say anything negative on Betty. Hey, look. All I know is what our attention was as the Rev Gang, and that was to help as much as we possibly can. That's it. I don't want money back. People hit me up all the time, like, get your money back and get this back and get this back and get this. I'm grateful. You know what? If it wasn't for Sebastian in this case, it opened up a whole new door for me, y'all. Like, I mean, look what's going on. I get to not only see the kids, I was able to get things resolved in my life that are major. So if it wasn't for Sebastian, things like that wouldn't happen for me. And I'm not gonna fight fire with fire. If he wants to go around and say things, that's fine. That's cool. I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna take the good from it and I'm gonna move forward, continue our mission that we do here, and that is try to help people like Sebastian, who is a young teen. And I'm not just talking kids. We cover everything here, from kids to missing adults. And that's the mission, is to put some good in this world, to be able to try to help families that are grieving. That's always been a passion of mine, even growing up as a kid, just, sitting there watching with my mom or watching the first 48 or seeing someone lose their life. I always drop tears over that. It really always hurt. So I don't know. That's been my mission. So I believe Seth is mentally ill. I don't know. I can't diagnose somebody. I don't believe any of the parents are Tony. I'll stay here and support people who want to find Sebastian. That's all it is ever about, is finding Sebastian. He said, well, he's on there bashing. Who cares? Really, Trev, he ain't right. Keep your faith. No doubt. Let him go. But that's the outlook, y'all. I mean, that's my outlook on it. 100%. That was my outlook on it. Clean up on Heil SR, trying to anyways. I don't wish negative on him. I don't wish no negative on anyone, really. Ask me that 4 or 5 years ago, 3 years ago, maybe I hated this and hated that. No, it doesn't get you nowhere. None of that gets you anywhere, guys. Being negative doesn't get you anywhere. People need to get over who done it, because if they recover Sebastian's body, law enforcement probably won't figure out who did it anyway. Being Florida says. Thank you, Lori. Thank you. I appreciate that too. Getting strong, exactly. So I love that outlook. It's back, baby. It is back. What is going on over here? We've been on for what, 3.5 hours? I think I'm about to go take a break and go on my second channel for a little bit. That's what I'm thinking. But even That's a new chapter. Just cover others. Also, you are loved and proud of you. Sebastian will always be talked about anyway. Make sure, Sandra, you check out the live we did yesterday on little Maya, who is missing right now. And speaking of Maya, I do need to hit up, who's it? The mother's sister, because mom's in jail, dad's in jail, and grandpa's in jail in that case. And this 8-month-old is missing in Ohio County, Kentucky. So it's pretty interesting there. I have made resolve with money I donated. I was blessed to have extra, and I gave to help find Sebastian. My intentions of love was sent out.
Bing bang.
Say it again, Denise, for the people in the back. Say it again. You said, I wouldn't be letting my child go to KP and CP for the summer when one kid's missing from that home. Because you're telling a story that we all need to know. Thank you. Well, see. We said, well, they picked one just like them. Sure, to break the case, Lee Michelle says. We are all God's children. Crystal Lee, I got you. I'm checking right now. I am checking right now. And I see people calling right now too, and it's not ringing. That's another weird thing. Why does he keep doing that? You said at this point, this is 100% premeditated. I believe I would have never thought Seth was involved. However, whoever got Sebastian out of that house that night had to know him, which is why he would walk to the door with no shoes on. If that's what happened, with it being 8 years almost to the day that Katie filed for divorce, it points to Katie or Seth. Keep in mind, for them to be involved doesn't mean they actually committed the crime. 267 texted in. Thank you, 267. Wow, I do see it. Okay. There's tons and tons and tons and tons. Oh, yeah, I already got that 360. 360. I already took care of that. Yep, negativity and hate will bring negativity and hate. Spread the positivity and love, and you will get it back. That's a fact. Are they in the RV? I have no idea. Let me go through these, and I'll just wrap it up. Since this internet is being weird tonight. Because I can literally see folks calling, and it's not ringing. Again, 1146. This number is calling right now, and it's not ringing. Weird. It's like it's glitched on Do Not Disturb. So super weird. I'll just end it at this, though. I appreciate you guys rocking with me. You said Penny says sick feeling in the tummy is an anxiety attack. Count to 5 backwards slowly. It'll fix it when it happens. Thank you for supporting the channel, Penny, and I will try that. I'll definitely try it. I've tried almost everything having a panic disorder, but thank you so much. Tiffany says Miss Mary is amazing. Yeah, our Miss Mary definitely is that. She is amazing. And Anon says you are rocking that hat. Let's go Braves. I appreciate you, Anon, for supporting the channel. Bella says T-REV don't change for anybody. You just keep being you. We all love you for who you are. Thank you, Bella, for supporting the channel. I appreciate you. Sorry that I'm just getting to it now. I know a lot of you send these early. I usually will get to them either at the end of the show. I'll go through them, or if I catch them at that time. It really depends. But I do appreciate your guys' support to the channel. Same. Thank you, Jolie, also for the support to the channel. Miss Jolie, thank you for the prayers, the support, everything that you bring to this channel. You are the love and light here, just like everyone else, but you bring a different light, and I do appreciate that. I appreciate your prayers, the strength in your words, etc. NFT said, I'd like my money back from him. Maybe I should call my lawyer. I don't know. I mean, I've seen people on the Sebastian disappearance page talking about they want their money back. I just won't go to those links. I get it, though. I understand it. I'm not knocking you if you do. I just know where my intentions were, and I know that we were all behind it. So YouTube has been acting strange for me tonight, Volfan says. Sometimes it does. It may be your app. Check to see if it needs to be updated, because sometimes that is the problem. Tashi says, what if Sebastian overheard the phone conversation between CP and KP and felt so depressed that he put himself in the bin to be taken away as trash? Haven't they called him that before, allegedly? I don't know, Tashi. That's wild. Damn. I didn't think about that. Good night to you too, Melissa. Good night to you too. Absolutely. You already know what time it is. Jersey Junebug, digital evidence has it came back or hasn't not all came or come back. I don't know. You would think it has if you go like right now, say you get off here and you turn on Discovery Plus, turn on the first 48. So you're right there with these detectives and see what they do. I know they're out a lot, but if you pay attention to some of them, they have digital evidence that they go through. Actually, a lot of them. And you'll be able to get a grip and see how far they are into the investigation. And it just brings you into that detective mind. So my homework for y'all would be, especially to sit back, relax, go watch some detective shows where they're actually showing you boots on the ground. Not only do they show you boots on the ground, but they show you what they do. As far as Sebastian's case, I don't know if they're looking at his case as a runaway, if it's criminal. I do know people that sent in Freedom of Information Acts and got back that this is a criminal investigation. We've seen that months ago. I just don't know if that's the case or not. I have no idea. I wish I did know. It's the best revenge SR could get on KP same day, 8 years later.
Oh my God.
That's wild. That is wild. Good night to you too, Ashley. I'm not forgetting about him. My only concern is Sebastian at this point, and he deserves better in this or in his family. We should let law enforcement know we are on their side. Stand behind law enforcement. We have no idea the job they've been doing. We have no idea what's going on behind them scenes right now. No idea. Nice to see you, Sister Blue Socks, and God bless you too. Prayers for you. T-REV, keep doing you. Thank you. Always. Thank you. Well, I love you all. I appreciate your support to the channel. And again, I'm about to go eat.